Yo, 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 what's going on? This is Alfie Kingdom on the late night. We got a late night panel. We're gonna break down this whole Derrick Jackson cheating scenario scandal. On the late night, we got a late night panel. We're gonna break down this whole Derrick Jackson cheating scenario scandal. On the late night, we got a late night panel. We're gonna break down this. That's you. That wasn't me. Okay. All right. That threw me off. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna look at this video real quick, and then we're gonna talk about it. So let me pull it up real quick. I don't know what happened, but
Yo, my check
RPC
one
was
two one
good.
two. Peace, players. Hey, what it do, man? How
What's
you?
poppin'?
Alpha Villain, what it do?
What's good, my G?
Ain't
RPC.
ain't shit. We here, man. We here, man.
You already? Yo, Zay, what's good, my G?
My bad,
What up,
Alfie.
what up,
What's
what
what's
up?
good? What's good, King? Alfie, how you, man?
what's up? Y'all throw me. Y'all
I'm
throw
over
Hey,
me.
here.
we got everybody on the panel.
Oh shit, we
We got
live? Oh
everybody
my
on here.
bad. I thought we was backstage.
No. What's up? Y'all throw
Come
me. Hold on,
And it's like a meetup. We ain't meet up in a minute. I know I ain't been on the panel in a minute with these
hey
fellas. You know what I mean?
Shannon. Turn. You got
OG Rick. Oh my bad.
you got both the things on. Hold on. Just tell Rich to tell Rich to come through. I'm gonna put the link right here in the chat.
I told him to slide.
Yeah, I'm tell just text him right now because he be texting me from my backup phone and shit, and that phone ain't even by me right now. Here, I'll text him. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me get into this video. Principal Bay, what's going on? Trav, what's going on? There go the link right there. But I gotta play this video first. Y'all popping up. Y'all threw me off. Okay, so bam. Let me go back to it now. I don't know what. Okay, here we go. So for y'all don't know, Derrick Jaxn, he got caught cheating on the wifey, Mr. Captain Save him himself. He got caught, and it's all types of receipts and all that. I heard the audio too. You play that later, maybe not. We'll see. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah, y'all threw me off like hell. Hold on. Okay. That just threw me out. Whoa, what the hell going on? Okay. All right. I think we got it now. Let's see. Okay, cool. Let's have some fun, y'all. Fuck. Let's do it.
Back at it again with a special edition of the Celebrity Jump. And nigga, I'm telling you, I was getting all kind of emails throughout the show. Notification sound, Vima? All through the night about our boy Derrick Jaxn getting caught simping for single moms. And shout out to Tasha K for spilling the tea or the wine, as she says over there, because you know your boy got to do his own rendition. And that's why I waited to come on camera to go ahead and do it my way, because nobody going to do it quite like I do it. So we're going to do it in 3 different parts. Let's go. The introduction.
These tickets are
So we about to fly all the way to 2010, where our boy Derrick Jaxn was broke, dusty, struggling, probably a little musty. It was like 2010, 2011. And at the time, Derrick Jaxn knew this lady. Now, obviously, I don't know her name, but they knew of each other. And, you know, give me some, like, text message sounds, Demon. Yeah, they would talk. They would like each other's posts on Twitter, like each other's posts on Instagram. And that would be it. But then let's fast forward to 2016. My man Derrick Jaxn is a millionaire. Cash App sound, Demon? He getting all the money. He getting all the hoes. And me, I'm ugly and broke. So I'm mad. So I'm making videos about this nigga because I hate him. Because he got all of them and I don't. I'm over here with your mama. Can I get a ooh sound of that? And then Derrick Jaxn is saying things like, sad music. You should love black women. You should really appreciate them. You should really love single mothers, even their stretch marks. Girl, he don't want to be with you in your 5 years. He ain't no real nigga. Now, there had been evidence that Derrick Jaxn was mean to some of his female followers, right? Like, you know, he was just doing this shit all for the money. Like, he really didn't believe what he was talking about. He was just on here telling women what they want to hear just so he can get the bag. I mean, because the nigga is 6'5", they think he look good, so he's just cashing out on them. Like, there's even screenshots of my man Derrick Jaxn calling sisters bald-headed, weave-headed hoes. So that sounds like the manosphere. Are you sure Derrick Jaxn ain't over, you know, in the spirit with us? But anyways, that was what was said about him, right? Well, let's go to another segment of the show, shall we? The middle or body of the story. So let's get into what is known as the body or the middle of the episode. Now that we have the intro, Derrick Jaxn is who he is today. By 2017, 2018, he's now in Atlanta. He's written like a lot of books, although Angel Ramirez Jordan accuses him of stealing a lot of his shit. But he is who he is today. He is the guy that a lot of niggas are talking about, good and bad.
Oh shit. Well, hold on. We could just chop it in. What y'all got to say about that so far? Whoever want to chime in. How much of it?
Who is
There we go. It's the link in the chat, Professor. It's right up there, bro.
Yo, I text you the link, bro.
It's in the chat anyway. Put it in there. Just scroll up, brother. Let me say what's up to the people real quick. Professor Trina, Trav, Principal Bay, Topaz, Leah, Misha, what's going on? Mr. Casanova, Slick Rick, Leah, Kasani. The link is, if y'all want to come up, the link is in the chat, but I'm telling you now. Here, let me play some more of that video. I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to be that no space in a minute.
is the special lady in Derrick Jaxn's life? Nobody knows about it. Nobody sees it. Until Derrick Jaxn announces that not only does he have a child, he officially is married to this lady. Now, looking at her, most guys would be like, Derrick, you stupid, you know.
She a good woman,
There's
though.
always out here with his side chick that she believes that Derrick Jaxn is going.
What y'all think of her right there?
Who, shorty on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she all right. I got to see it in person. I don't know. You know, nowadays, you know, there's filters and all that.
She all right, yeah, she all right. She cool.
Be her nigga because her friends is there, they friends is there. Derrick Jaxn is spending money. He didn't give her $1,400 a fly down there. He out here cashing out big simping on the bucks that all these sisters spent on his ass, right? Right? My man Derrick Jaxn started doing some type of sense. Hey boo, I really miss you. I want to hit that ass again. Nigga, get off me. So she don't know what's going on. She like sad music.
So basically,
This is investigators, defenders, and
the whole thing is he wasn't keeping it 100 with her, and that's the thing because he married, and you know, I don't know. I think she full of shit, bro. Because everybody know Derrick Jaxn married, bro. Like, come on now, that's like public knowledge. Everybody know that, especially if you in the mix and you like somewhat follow him and all of that. But
Well, she was trying to say she was out the loop as far as like whether, you know, he was married or not.
yeah, because he made it seem like they was divorcing because she had boxes in the house and all this type of shit.
Dirty Mackie.
Yeah, he was dirty Mackin, but I keep saying it for the longest time, bro, that he been finessing the whole time. I don't know why I be calling him a simp. This is what I think. This is what I think the science of of Derrick Jaxn is he started off trolling a little bit, and he started getting the audience, and he was just like, "Wait a minute, let me keep doing this shit," and then it kind of snowballed.
Yep.
Because sometimes I be trolling, like I'll troll you guys in the audience, listening in and shit, and then I'll just keep doing it just because y'all go along with it. I'll be like, "Fuck it, let me see how long it take it." And he getting cash too. Come on
Shit.
now.
Exactly. Why would he stop?
That's why he just went on live just now.
What you say?
I said that's why he just went on live just a second ago. He gonna run with it.
Who Derrick Jaxn did?
Yeah.
Did he? What did he say?
You'll see it. He didn't say nothing. He just going with it. Like he's sitting up there explaining himself because, like you said, it's money for him. He might as well. And he's bringing his wife and everything. Like he's like, she's right here. Like if he's a, that's not me, but that's not my type of man. But I respect him. I just respect anybody just being themselves. If that's who he is, that's who he is.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's more like damage control. It's damage control. He's trying to. He knows that he was exposed, and now he's trying to, create a front and get in front of it to try to seem like it was his plan all along. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, again, you got to pay attention to people reacting when they get caught versus what they doing when they don't get caught. You know what I mean? So again, everybody's getting exposed nowadays. That's like the new shit to do, to expose a nigga. But at the end of the day, man, real ones knew that Derrick Jaxn wasn't no simp. He was just finessing everybody and doing what he needed to do. And let me say this too. Influencers have too much power, bro, because they're human. You know what I mean? Everybody has a weak moment, man. You know what I mean? Just because I say something and shit don't mean I used to be Bobby Brown, don't mean I might not fall off the wagon again. So what I'm saying is you gotta let people be who they trying to be. You know what I'm saying? And if they fuck up and drop the ball, my nigga, that's just part of life. I mean, everybody's cheated and everyone's been cheated on. So it's not a big fucking deal. And number two, a lot of people are mad at these niggas for telling y'all to do something and they not doing it. But y'all niggas ain't listening anyway. So it doesn't fucking matter. So people want a reason to get mad at people just cause. A lot of y'all niggas ask the same question on Afi shit, on RPC shit, and everybody's shit. If y'all were listening, y'all wouldn't continuously ask the motherfucking question. So at the end of the day, people just want to get mad at shit, talk about you a fraud. But at the end of the day, if he wasn't a fraud, he wouldn't be in business because y'all niggas keep doing, listening to the nigga anyway.
Hey, you know what they say too. Ain't no such thing as bad publicity nowadays. So he can easily find a way to make some money off of this. So I mean, this probably might be a good thing to his bank account. We'll see.
He'll be all right. Believe me, he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's gonna be cool.
I just recently heard about it, and I heard it was like this happened like 2016. I mean, so
the cheating thing.
Yeah, like the thing is, I don't have a bro, like that's his personal life. I don't really be diving into people's like personal situation. Be cheap, bro. I'm gonna let you be great. I mean, but I think we should learn about how he got caught cheating. I heard like the shorty slid in his DMs or something like that, and then he did what he did, and she like took pictures of him while he was sleeping, like and like finessed him low key, and then brought the receipts out now. I mean, I don't know
how. Wow,
a whole different situation. I mean, I think we learned about that.
Because she's trying to finesse.
Wow,
she's trying to finesse.
Like,
Hey, what if she was? See, the thing is, it's hard to rate her because I ain't never seen her talk or how she is and shit. What if she was like a finesse chick and she like, boom, let's start off some scandal. See, women do shit like this too. Let's start some scandal, right? Then we gonna do it. Then it's like the same shit. The president, all that type of shit. Okay, we gonna do it like this, and then boom, then I'm gonna come with the sympathy shit. Boom, then we gonna act like we. I'm telling you, when money is involved, bro, you can't put it past nobody, bro.
I agree. That's definitely possible. What you just said.
Can't be surprised by anything nowadays.
I ain't never seen how she is, so it's kind of hard for me to tell that. You know what I'm saying? But if I see how she maneuver, I'll be like, okay, that's what time.
Yeah. Nah, but that would be a good play though. You know what I mean? Being with his background and all that. 'Cause, people do that in the industry too, right? They make up scandals or make up controversies so so their name could be back out there again. You know what I mean? So the people who didn't hear about them before, now they're hearing about them now. So like I said, there's no such thing as bad publicity nowadays, man. Publicity is publicity. Matter of fact, nowadays people will rather watch the ratchetness and the negative things in society than the positive things. Like somebody said in one of their videos, we talk about chicks in our videos, we get X amount of views. If you want to talk about finance and all that other stuff, you get less than the X amount of views that you have with the chicks on the video. So people nowadays, they ain't trying to better themselves. I mean, that's what my channel is about, and I realize I definitely get way more views when I'm talking about dating or about women than compared to getting to know yourself, semen retention and all that other stuff. So,
you know what it is? It's escapism. And let me just say this about Derrick Jaxn and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, this is what baffles me. And again, this is what y'all talk about a lot. You know what I mean? Just status, money. And I know K Zaggin, shout out to K Zaggin, they talked about status and money and all that shit. That shit definitely helps, but it don't mean you got game. Because Derrick Jaxn is Derrick Jaxn, B. It's like I equate that to like a Johnny Depp. Yo, it's Johnny Depp. What are y'all niggas doing? So at the end of the day, and the broad knew he was Derrick Jaxn. So why are you finessing a civilian that knows who the fuck you are? She got your books. You walked off the ledge numerous times, and you got to finesse a bro that is Derrick Jaxn. So at the end of the day, so what happened was allegedly she got pissed because he cut her off. He promised her the world and shit, and he just blocked her. He blocked him, her, and her best friend, and she felt some type of way about it. So at the end of the day, that's what it was, a woman scorn and shit. You got to be real careful how you move with these bros, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because many a time bros take pictures of me and shit. Asleep and shit. And then 2 months later and shit, we're not even talking. They send me that shit. I'm like, yo. You know what I mean? And shit could be going good. It's just that they want that intel. That's why all these bros watch Criminal Minds and shit, Law and Order, so they can be like this FBI agents.
Yo, AV, you gotta collect the cell phones in the beginning of
just
the
like
night.
they do with the celebrities. Yeah, you gotta pat these bros down because
put it in the safe.
It's crazy. Shannon, yo, Zaggin, what's good, my G?
Peace, K Zaggin.
Okay, what's up? How y'all doing?
What's up, I ain't say what up to Shannon. What up, Shannon? What up, official? Yo, Professor Rich, what it do, man?
What's good? How
y'all doing?
PC, my brother.
Test your times too. What it do? Teach your times too. What up?
Hey y'all. In addition to what AV just said, one thing you got to remember, sometimes side chicks don't know how to play their position when they start catching feelings. So, she want to be the main chick. Let me expose Derrick Jaxn. Hopefully I get the spot. They normally don't because, the guy ends up working it out with his wife and so forth. And then you left there being exposed. So you got to think about that. And then with Derrick Jaxn, don't forget his brand is based on relationships and marriage and, the whole narrative of this perfect, happy Cinderella life that he's been feeding people for years. But I can see him flipping this into a book. How to win your wife back after cheating. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, and this is where niggas fuck up. Dudes don't know how to set a woman's expectations for what type of relationship they're gonna have with the woman. Because if all you want is some sex, just tell a woman that. But a lot of these dudes, they feel like, oh, well, if I just tell her I want sex, she gonna bounce. So what they do is they sell her a dream and give her the false impression or the misleading impression that something may come, later on down the road more than just sex. So a lot of these women, they have a fantasy in their fucking head and they romanticize the situation with the man. Like, yeah, I know he said this, but because he's doing that, there's a chance. There's a chance I can be the new Mrs. Derrick Jaxn. There's a chance I could replace that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And because if it was just sex, chicks wouldn't be tripping if it was just sex. But when chicks start tripping, it's because their emotions then creeped into the fray. And a guy got to ask himself, what did you do for that woman to feel the way she's feeling?
Thanks.
Official, what you got to say, brother? What you think about it, bro?
To be honest, I mean, I don't understand how you could be cheating if it ain't nothing physical going on. So, me personally, when I heard that, I'm like, I think there might be some cap. He probably smashed, but I don't really think it's a problem with a dude having more than one woman. My problem is just the whole not being honest about it. I mean, I'm Derrick Jaxn. I'm a cock diesel, good looking brother. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him having some side. I just think that the whole lineup, he has an image, and his image got tarnished. That's just basically what happened. But I don't judge him for it.
Well, let me just add this, and I've always said this about men. It's easy for you to walk into a club or a bar, and you say to yourself, "I'm not gonna holler at nobody." You can pull that off if you got some discipline. But when a chick that you think is bad that you would fuck come up to you and throwing it at you, what you gonna do then? What you gonna do then? Most men will be like, "Fuck it, I'm on one." You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to say like, "I ain't talking to nobody tonight. I'm just gonna grab a drink and bounce and go home." But when a chick comes up to you and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, look, I got a crib right down the street. It's a condo." Niggas gonna be like, "Fucking word." That most niggas is gonna do that.
All right, but in the same, I definitely feel you though, K-Zaggin. When you reach a certain level of status, you got to think deeper than that. You know what I mean? Like you got to think deeper. Like, and if it is true, I think it was a mistake on his part because he was probably thinking with his dick. But once you reach a certain level, you can't just be smashing groupies. I mean, like, and there's gonna be certain like if she was a groupie, bro, she probably like fantasize about. She probably got all his books. She probably watch all his videos. I mean, she probably like all his pictures on Instagram. That's going to be different than if it was like a transactional thing. I mean, like, I'm not saying he got for, but you gotta have like a kept woman. There's like a difference between like a groupie smash and like a kept woman. You know what I mean? Because a kept woman know her place. You know what I'm saying? You might buy her a bag from here and there. You might like, you know what I'm saying, buy her some flowers or some shit. But
they might know. But that's the thing. That's the thing though. Like when you get to that certain height, like when you saying with the status stuff, when you get to that, if I was at that, I'm telling bitches straight up, like, yo, I'm gonna be doing me. You know what I'm saying? If that's not something that you can handle,
but
then you gotta go.
But
I know for a fact that I'm not gonna be able.
You're a man about yours though.
I know for a fact that if I'm getting ass thrown at me, that I'm not about to just be sitting there acting like I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the height of my career. You think I'm about to just be just dubbing bitches? No, that's not gonna happen.
This is what I'm saying. Word. This is what we say. You know what I mean? Afi and I, we on the same page. We understand the importance of status, but sometimes you gotta let your status speak for itself. You know what I mean? This broad that got with him, that's making all these scandals and shit, was a groupie at first because she bought his books and shit. He made her feel good about herself. And so she knew the status. She knew what it was before she got to the point where he brought her to the crib. So my point is, a lot of people know what it is, but when they don't work out in their delusional mindset, they want to blame the world and they want sympathy. So that's the problem. Y'all want to hold men accountable as you should hold, but women need to be held accountable as well. So at the end of the day, him cheating is not a big deal. We human, everybody's done it, or everyone has had it done to them. But my point is with this broad, man, I mean, you got to be real careful because even if you're honest with these broads, bro, they just don't want to see you happy. So they'll do anything in their power to just talk you their shit. First things first, they already cackling hens. They're gonna tell all their friends about what you did your session, whether you whack or you was good. So at the end of the day, niggas really gotta be careful, bro. Especially when you at a status like that shit he pulled. That's some shit, some broke nigga shit. All this boxes.
Let me say this.
Let's
talk about that too.
Hold on real quick. If you guys like the stream and y'all want me to start rocking out with the panels, y'all better start super chatting. If y'all been asking me all this time, I'm finally doing one. Y'all better show some respect on it. We can do them every Saturday again. Y'all can't be in here not super chatting. This is a lot of people. And then the second thing is for the cats that's trying to get in, let me know which you. I'll rotate you in, but you gotta be on these things fill up fast. You already know. You can't just mosey on in. These things go quick. So
hey, yo, real quick.
Like 20 though.
Hey, yo, what I want to say real quick when it comes to that status stuff, man, what I was gonna say is dudes got to start, especially dudes with status. They got to learn how to start separating their women between long term dealings with and short term dealing with. That groupie chick. What he basically did, he turned a short term chick into a long term chick. But what I wanted to emphasize, as far as dudes having a certain status, when they deal with a chick long term, they should deal with a chick that also has something to lose. You know what I mean? But a lot,
facts.
But a lot
Okay,
of,
let's talk about it.
But a lot of time, but another thing I want to say before I forget, me and Afi was talking about this. A lot of dudes believe that when a guy has a lot of money, that he automatically has game. If a guy has looks, money, and status, that if he gets with a chick, that he's good to go.
Nope.
Nah, not really. Nah,
Nope.
There's more to the game than looks, money, status. And just to give an example of that, when dudes be asking, how do I get a chick number, or what do I say to a chick when I first meet her? Even if I tell you what to say when you first meet her and this, that, and the third, what the F you gonna say after that? Even if I teach you how to get a chick to your crib, what you gonna do after that? The game is still on once you get in the crib.
Exactly.
So as a dude with last thing I'll say, to reiterate, as a dude with status, learn to separate your chicks from short term, long term. And when you're dealing with a chick, when you choose to deal with a chick long term, make sure you're dealing with a chick who also has something to lose.
Let me add this.
One thing.
Let me add this real quick. I don't mean to cut nobody off. Let me just say this. I'm not condoning or advocating men cheating. I had relationships where I cheated, but I had rules. I had rules to cheating, meaning that any chick I fucked, I never fucked more than 2 or 3 times. Period. Okay, and that was just my rules to keep from me being comfortable and slipping. Because the longer you fuck a chick, if it carries on months or year or whatever, you're gonna slip. You're gonna get comfortable. Also, keeps the chick from getting too attached to you, where she can blow up the spot. So to me, I would literally fuck a chick 2 or 3 times, and then I would cut her off. Okay, no matter how good she looked, no matter how good the dome was, it didn't fucking matter. I had rules, and I stuck by those rules. These niggas that be cheating and be getting caught is because these niggas they literally be married in a monogamous relationship, and then they have a relationship outside of a relationship. Okay, that's some dumb shit to me.
Yeah, right.
I never understood.
Can I
jump in on that real quick?
Go ahead.
Oh, excuse me, big dog. All right, yeah, this is official, y'all. Thanks for having me. I also wanted to say, if you're in a relationship and you're in a dude that is probably likely gonna mess around and get you some side one day, it's just my personal experience. Let your woman know what type of man you are. You might be liable to get you some side. That way, in case some crazy groupie chick comes along, she really can't break nothing up that you got. She be like, "What goofy bitch I know about you?" What I knew about you, he told me about you last week. You ain't nothing, but they can only do that if they have prior knowledge. If you let them spring it up on her, you know what I'm saying? Now she's gonna be defensive, and you're gonna be the problem.
Word, yo, that's a good point. Yo, Zay, go ahead, Zay.
Yo, so RPC, he said something really good. He was talking about, a long-term chick and a short-term chick. And a lot of guys, I did a TikTok video on it. I was like, how to maintain women. And I'm like, the reason why a lot of guys don't know how to maintain a woman is because they don't even know which women are maintainable. You get what I'm saying? They don't know the questions to ask a woman to even know if she's maintainable. You get what I'm saying? Like certain questions, for an example, what's your relationship like with your father? You get what I'm saying? That's a question I usually ask women, because if she doesn't have a good relationship with her father, she's probably not gonna have a good relationship with me. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I ask her, are your parents still married? If her parents are still married and her parents still have a good relationship, then that means that she's seen 2 people stay with each other. So she's programmed to think that 2 people stay with each other. You get what I'm saying? These are the type of questions that I ask. And the reason why a lot of guys don't even know how to ask these questions is because they don't have any standards. They don't know what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point, Zay. Tisha, and then Shannon, if you don't mind, because Shannon's been quiet. And Tisha, I know you wanted to say something, man. So I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. No, I just wanted to say that the girl Candace allegedly said that they were talking off and on for 10 years. So what's interesting is she even said Derrick Jaxn told her they were in a separation period. Now, females or males, I'm sorry, in a separation period, y'all separated right now. We already know what can happen in a separation period.
Right.
So I think that, she's just, to me, just a bitter chick. It didn't go the way he told her it went. You understand what I'm saying? And then she's like, you know what? Let me show the receipt. So she starts talking about 4th of July weekend, which was his birthday weekend. He flew her out, blah, blah, blah. So she starts showing receipts. You know what I mean? So they were separated. Him and his wife, I think they're going to patch things up. They're going to work things out. It happens all the time. It's expected. Us as females, we know males are going to cheat. We'll give you a pass. But it's how many times is the disrespect going to go on?
We need to
what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need to revisit that, Tisha, because I know you have a strong relationship with your father, bro. So we need to revisit that because that's a very good point. Shannon,
you see what I'm saying?
You've been quiet. What you have to say about what's popping? Everyone's spitting fire.
Yeah, I could say I will speak on what's his name, Zay, is it?
Zay, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
Zay
what, how you doing? I agree with a lot of what he said. That's definitely very important about the father thing. Like, I never thought about asking questions like that either until people started asking me that question. And that's definitely important. I have a real good relationship with my father as well. I don't think anybody's relationships are perfect, but like I see different issues with different things, and how like my relationships with men, just because of the way I interact with my dad, that definitely is a reflection of how I act with them.
Yeah. OG Rick, what's good, my G?
What's good? What's good?
What you have to say about it, man? You've been. I mean, it's a panel.
Yeah,
so.
I've actually just been listening because I didn't really know the details on what went down, so I was just trying to like catch up to see what exactly.
Got you. Okay.
Down.
Okay.
As far as like with relationships, if you're gonna be in one, I think if you let the person know up front, like, hey, I'm not committed to you. And if you want to be with me, this is the way it's got to be, and if you have a problem with that, the doorknob turns right.
That's a good point. Afi, you have anything to say before I have to say something?
Hey, I wanted to add something. I want to add something real quick to what they said as far as those questions. When you ask those questions, fellas, you also got to be mindful because communication is 90%, body language. So when you asking these questions, me personally, when I ask those, that's a great point that Zay made. Because I ask those questions. But my thing is when I ask those questions, I listen to their response or their answer, but I'm really looking at their body language because you'll be surprised at how many women get uncomfortable by the simple question of, were you raised by your father? Do you, were your parents, still married? Do you still have a relationship with your father? They might be like, well, some might be like, why are you asking me all that for? Why you need to know all that? It's like, those are regular questions. You gotta look at, feel their energy. Go ahead.
It's not just about asking the questions, it's what you do with the answers. I mean, don't ignore the red flags. Like if she answered 9 out of 10 of the questions like on some like, oh nah, she like might be like some damaged goods type shit. Make sure you don't like. I hate when guys get with like a woman, like she might have like a bad past, bad relationship with her father, might drug addiction, abuse, all types of trauma and shit. They still fuck her, then like, oh bro, she's crazy. Like nigga, you knew what you was getting into. So
they
like,
don't fix her.
Most guys don't even ask the questions. They don't even ask the questions. They don't know what questions to ask them. You know what I'm saying? They'll take anything, so it doesn't even matter to even ask these questions. So then when they get in these relationships and they going crazy, if they would have asked these questions in the beginning, they wouldn't even be in that spot in the first place.
They try to dig out once they're in it.
You feel me?
Zay, depends on how fat her ass was. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know what I'm
saying? Because what the saying go? When a person tells you who they are the first time, believe them. I mean, let me tell you some real talk. My ex, my long-term relationship, she told me early in the relationship, she said, I don't want to show you the real me. I was like, yo, what are you talking about? Mind you, this is like 6 months into the relationship. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, because if I were to show you the real me, you wouldn't like me. And I looked at her and I was like, oh, in my head, I'm like, oh, she feels down on herself, but now she's with me and I'm going to bring her up and she's going to feel better. Nah, she was right. When I got to know the real her, it was
she was showing you the trailer, bro. She was showing you the trailer.
Yeah, she was giving me the trailer.
Right.
I swear. It's just something in the spin, bro.
And mind you,
like natural. Go ahead, my bad.
No, last thing I want to say, for anybody listening to the playback, I'm not upset at anything that happened in my long-term relationship. It's just the things that I'm just telling you, the things that I learned, and I can look back with different lenses and see it from a different point of view. Go ahead.
Real talk. Hey, if I'm gonna rotate, I'm gonna rotate the ladies out real quick, and y'all come back in. Let me get Lawrence in real fast, and Nelly, and then we'll get y'all back in. Okay. All right, official. So
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me, big dog.
I appreciate you, bro. You're welcome anytime, bro. You see, you gotta be here. You see on point because Casby, this should be filling up fast. Casby want to chop it up.
Oh man, I'm not really familiar with it, but I said what I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all for having me. God bless, bro.
Peace,
All
bro.
good,
Peace.
man.
Have a good night.
So y'all got some slots. Y'all better click in.
So I got a question real quick for the panel. I don't know if you guys ever heard like someone say when you dealing with a girl, it's better for her to have like for you to be the side nigga. I mean, like what I'm talking about. It's better for her to have like a boyfriend, so she won't want all your attention.
Let me chime in on that. So Rich, just to be clear, you're saying that it's advantageous to be a side nigga. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm asking, have you heard about that? Like, people,
Well,
people get different opinions on the
Well,
internet.
I've been both. You know what I'm saying? I at one point I was the space she needed, and then on the other hand, and shit, she needed space from me and shit. You know what I mean? So I've been on both sides of that coin. The only advantage of being a side nigga is learning and confirming female nature and knowing the tricks and the trades and shit. You know what I mean? There's so many different tricks of the trade, my nigga. Like I've been with, bro. It's just it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You need to be on both sides. You need to get burned, my nigga, and you also need to be that dude so you could peep game. A lot of times, y'all been in situations, my G. I've been with a broad and shit that got a man, etc. He blowing her up on the phone and shit, and she eventually has to answer. She answers mad, starting an argument with the nigga to kind of like derail him and scatter his brain. Scatter his brain so she could have more time with me so we could keep chilling. It's real, you know what I'm saying? Or the phone, you know what I mean? The phone, like like certain shit, they be like, yo, just look on my phone and shit. And then other times the phone is on the floor. Like it's just listen, man, listen to me. 47. You can't get mad at the game. You can't predict what people are gonna do. They're gonna do what they want to do. You gotta have the discernment. If everyone is playing their role, that buys them time in your time. If they're not playing their role, my nigga, you X them out. If you know what it is, you know what it is. I want to say something about status too. They say you rules and shit. You gotta let a bro know what your rules are. If you fucking with the right bro, you don't even need to tell her your rules, my nigga, because she gonna see how you move. The way that you move is gonna attract the right broad. So for me, I don't necessarily have to tell a bro that I'm a ladies man. Because bros tell me, yo, you got a lot of bitches. I'm like, nah, I'm good. But it's just the way I move. You know what I'm saying? So all these rules and shit, you let the broad interpret the way you move, and then you could clarify it. I mean, dot her I's, cross her T's and shit. But at the end of the day, my nigga, let your presence and your energy speak for you. You ain't gotta tell, and if she out of pocket, then you tell yo that's not in the rule book. And a lot of times, a lot of niggas want to tell broads up front, I'm not dealing with this. But sometimes you gotta finesse. You gotta maybe the second date, right? Because you could scare somebody off by your delivery, by hearing somebody on YouTube and shit, not saying it the proper way or in the right time, and you just lost a good bro that could have been holding you down. So it's all about discernment.
Right. All right, and that's true. And let me say this, because you mentioned being a side nigga and playing your role.
Never in there coming late. It's a spot open.
You said what? Well, and I actually did videos talking about when the side nigga got more influence over your girl than you do. And a lot of niggas don't understand when your chick is making moves, there's a nigga that's fucking her, that's pulling the strings. Like she literally making moves, and she planning when she go out of town with you and when she don't, based on when that nigga free. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to tell niggas, but when your chick get called or she get a text at 12 o'clock and she say her friend got a flat tire and she too drunk to change her tire, she gonna go help her. That's me. You know what I'm saying? and telling her, hey, come through. But I'm laying right next to him. Go to the bathroom so you can talk to me right quick. All right, tell that nigga XYZ, he'll believe it. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm not saying that to throw mud in the nigga eye. What we all talking about is at the end of the day, you need to have knowledge. You need to be aware. You know what I'm saying? You need to have some wisdom, some experience out here. You need to be aware because I think Alpha Villains talking about a woman's nature, just females doing what they do, and this is no shade on the females. Looking, y'all know y'all grimy than a motherfucker. Not that a nigga can't. Okay,
not all.
Not that a nigga can't be grimy, because I've been a grimy nigga. So I can't. I'm not gonna shit on women like that. But y'all know y'all some grimy motherfuckers. Y'all can be, and it's cool. It's cool because I love you, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had some chicks that had men at home, and they laying on the nigga chest, pillow talking, and I got them leaving at 2:00 in the morning to come to holler at me real quick, and I send them back. You know what I'm saying? Stumbling and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but just on some real shit, and it ain't from my perspective. The shit that I talk about on my channel, it's not from a place of hate to hate women. It's just be aware and make sure that when you make decisions, like if you fucking with a chick on some fuck buddy shit, on some sex shit, do that because you want to do that. Don't do that because you have a distrust of women. If you want to elevate a woman to a girlfriend or whatever the fuck you want to do, don't do that because you got some emotions running through your veins and you don't want to be alone. Do that because the woman actually adds some value to your life and she could bring something to you that you didn't have before.
Very good point. RSB, shout out to RSB. What's good, bro?
RSB. What's up?
What's going on, man? Welcome, man.
What you got on the topic, man?
I mean, I've already done the topic once.
Give us the cliff notes of what you said, bro, on this channel.
Okay, so on my channel, I was just saying, I was just going at it at the how I saw it from the what was it, the leveling up community, because the leveling up community, they push a narrative as well as this space. We say how we talk about female nature and stuff like that, and then on top of that, you got guys that are being exposed for being in marriages and all that other stuff. So you have that going on, while in the leveling up community you have Michaela Pink getting arrested for money laundering, and now Derrick Jaxn telling women, oh, don't date the Dusties and all these Pookies and all this other stuff, but he's out here being a Pookie. So there's dirt on both sides. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say that, Derrick Jaxn isn't without his shame and stuff like that. And we all got to carry that. We all have our crosses to bear. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And like I said before on my videos, I said, I'm not perfect. I've done my dirt. I'm pretty sure everyone's done their dirt here, but when it comes down to Derrick, it's more or less, you say all these things to women, but now here you are, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about, leveling up and all that other stuff. Find the dude that looks like me, but then here you are cheating and doing all this other stuff, all this.
That's a very good point. But I have to say, and I said this earlier, if everyone's coming, let's get the likes up too. Let's get the likes up and shit. Cody APs, the game don't sleep. Before I step, I want to shout out to Afi for putting the panel together with everyone's perspective on what game has taught them. Salute. Peace, Cody. Y'all, I just want to say something real quick. The majority of people that have their axes and their torches and shit, like they about to burn somebody on the cross, most of those people that are complaining were never listening. Those are the most disgruntled, helpless people. And I say that with love. Being helpless and hopeless is a switch to me. If you either just gonna listen or you not, or you gonna complain. A lot of people that are saying that you lied to us, never bought a course, never super chatted a nigga, never liked the video, but they complaining. So this is what I'm talking about, my nigga. Me and Afi talk about this shit all the time, B. This shit is crazy. I'm new to this shit, right? I ain't a content creator. I'm on the back of niggas, fine, for now. But my point is, who cares, B? What are you doing with your life, my nigga?
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying. So it's news exposing this nigga, exposing this nigga. But at the end of the day, most of the people are not even supporting the machine. They just want to tear you down. That's why niggas want receipts and shit, but their receipts have nothing to do with you. So at the end of the day, what I try to promote and what we trying to do, be yourself, be a man, and make your own rules, make your own community in your mind, bro, so you can move accordingly. So that way none of the bullshit can affect you, bro. It's like it's funny and shit. Like it's like the fans, you know, football fans and shit. They paint their faces and they get all crazy, but they don't even exercise and shit. And they wanna bash a nigga because he had a bad night. It's like you ain't in the game, but you got the most complaints. You can't complain to me unless you in the game, nigga.
Hey, go ahead real quick. Well, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, AV. But that's what I peep being on this YouTube thing, man. I've been doing it for almost 3 years now.
Nigga.
My thing is, how is it that when I first came on, you had question A for me, right? 2 years later, you still got question A for me, family. I done told you an answer, did a video for the answer. You done did a consultation, gave you the answer in that way. But what I realized is you're not applying nothing I'm saying. You're just happy to hear it. It's like what I learned is, all right, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. And everybody open their ears. There's a big difference between intelligence and intellect. All right, real quick. Intelligence is being able to retain information. So yeah, you hear me give you the answer, you hear the video, you hear the consultation. Intellect is actually applying the knowledge. A lot of you dudes lack intellect, man. Step your game up.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me say this about Derrick Jaxn. I mean, I don't give a fuck about the nigga one way or the other.
Facts.
But I can never hate on a nigga's business acumen. The nigga found a lane, he hopped in it, and he got paid off the shit. I can't be mad at that. Now, I never for once believed that he believed the shit he was talking.
None of us did. The real ones didn't.
I never believed it. I believed he like the rest of us. But he said, but the way them niggas talking, all the truth they talking, them niggas ain't gonna get no paper talking like that. Them niggas ain't gonna get no followers talking like that. But if I kowtow and I bow down and acquiesce and placate to women, oh, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them all in my corner, and I'm gonna write some books, get paid. He got in the gym and lifted some weights. So not only does he talk the part, but he looks the part because women gonna be like, and he's handsome and he's talking all this shit too. So, you know, so to him, he's just playing that shit up. I can't be mad at how a nigga get his paper, but I never once believed any of this because the shit was too far left. Like ain't no nigga in the world believe this goofy shit he talking about.
Women are the biggest consumers. You feel me? They are the biggest consumers.
Fact,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Zay.
Yeah, and if I was to do like some women shit, you know, start doing all that simping and talking all that shit, I would blow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I gave them some cold hard. Yo, we would blow the fuck up. You get what I'm saying? Like we would go nuts, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because the thing about what I learned about a lot of women is they promote feeling good. You know what I'm saying? That's all they want. This is why they promoting, you know, fat women and all of them other bullshit. They promote feeling good more than they promote anything else. And I can promote that shit. I got the mouthpiece like a motherfucker to promote some bullshit and just tell them what the fuck they want to hear. But I'm not in for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in it for that. Feel me?
No doubt. Let me read out this super chat for you, Afi. Unless you want to do it, my G.
Put it in the super chat because there's too many cats to be addressed in the comments, bro. I'm just telling y'all.
No doubt. Let me read it for you. New York, shout out to New York C, NYC Evolve 88 for the $14.99 super chat. Peace, Afi, RPC, AVK, Zag, and Rick Ruler, RSB, Zay Professor. We got a lineup. Don't care what another man does, but when a man has the best product on the block, that won't stop the fiends from coming. He will be fine. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, let me say something real quick. Could it came to me. Another thing I emphasized on my channel for a long time is, I mean, one way that they say it is what they say: eat the meat, spit the bone out. Right? What I say is, when you hear a message, take the message. Fuck the messenger. Dudes be over here doxing content creators and all this to find out they put stuff in their personal life. Why you care? Like, I seen a video earlier today about one dude. I think he had an hour-long video talking about another content creator. It's like, yo, bro, how much time do you take out of your life to get all this information on this other man to do this video, edit it, put it out, and what you get out of that?
Yo, I'll say this. Hold on. I'll say this. I was at 500 subscribers, and I had like one or two dudes make not only one video about me, but I've had like 3 podcasts made about me on the Black Pill channels, and I'm like, y'all niggas are dumb. Like and that's how you know, like, it's all about politics with these people. Like, and look, listen, like, I understand that, you know, in certain instances, yeah, looks, money, and status and all that bullshit. But then yet again, I'm like, yo, bro, you could you over here doing some first off sus shit. You know, looking at me and saying that my hair is stupid and shit. While you could be talking about, you know, getting this money, getting this bread, doing the stuff that I'm talking about, and here you are, like I don't care what you say about me, but you're just proving my point. And you were looking through my Instagram trying to find if I can get women and all that stuff. And I'm like, come on, man, like you're wasting your time, you're wasting your breath, you're wasting your life on somebody who's gonna top you in about a year. And look at me now.
Facts. RSB, I want to say the super chat. Then I want to hear what Afi has to say because Afi's jotting down notes. Trinigial eats 1999 super chat. Yo, salute, ma. Blessings, Afi. Blessings, panel kings dropping gems. AV salute. Yo, peace. Thank you so much. Yo, Afi, you jotting notes, my G. What you got to say, bro?
Y'all got to come on, bro.
Oh, yeah. Let me know.
Hold on, teacher. Let me let them come on real quick because they ain't came on yet. Let me. Nelly trying to get on, or LDA trying to get on.
Yo, I'm gonna drop off. So if you want to rotate somebody in,
hold on, let them fill up real quick. There you go. It ain't
Slick,
no more. Go ahead.
Slick want to buy out. Say your last word, Slick.
Yeah. Well, like you guys were saying, you guys made a lot of good points about this situation, you know, and I think that any guy that's going to be involved in any kind of relationship in this time, they have to set their ground rules and they have to stick to them, and they have to stay alert to all these possibilities that can happen. So with that, good night, everybody.
Yo, Slick
Rick,
OG
man.
Rick. Yo, always a pleasure, my G, man. Yo, stay up, my G. You say.
Well, let me just say this because he mentioned relationships. And I actually did a video talking about if you're a man and you actually actively seeking to be in a relationship, you're fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. To me, I just want to know why guys do what they do. It's not about what you do. I'm going to question you. And I'm going to ask you why you did that shit. You know what made you do that? And if you said anything about sex or emotions, I'm gonna look at you and be like, you fucking up. You got the shit all wrong. Any decision you make to be in a relationship with a woman should not have anything to do with sex or your fucking emotions. Okay,
anything.
Period.
Love. I love her. What are you telling me, K's? Like, I love her. Shit, I want to make her my girl, man. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm in love, fam.
And niggas that say, "Oh, she's my soulmate." They're like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck did she do for you so good that you ready to get in a relationship with her, dog? You know that's your pussy. That's
make me
a
feel
relationship,
good.
a commitment, your attention. That's your pussy, and you just giving it away freely. Do women just freely give their pussy away? Well, you know, in today's society, maybe, but that's our pussy. You know what I'm saying?
But hold on. We also, real quick, AV, real quick. We also, fellas, on this panel, we also have to emphasize the fact that I don't know what the exact numbers, but I think they're saying that what 20% of dudes is actually getting boxed out here on the regular. You know what I mean? Most dudes ain't even getting boxed, family. So I understand why dudes are acting. I know why dudes are acting the way they are. They're not used to the sniff, to the smell, or none of that. So they're not even willing to say how they really feel. You know what I mean? Like they all cautious when they're talking to a chick because they're scared of losing that box because man, they don't have that abundance.
There's niggas out here literally getting into committed relationships just to have in-house pussy.
That's their main motivation for that. What do you mean?
Let's revisit that. Let Vonnie chime in, and then Nelly Nell, and then Shannon too, because Shannon just taking notes. Yo, she about to. Yeah, yo, Vonnie, what's good?
Vonnie.
There he is.
What up, bro?
You muted, bro.
You muted, my G.
Unmute your mic. Go ahead, Nelly, and then come in after them.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? What's going on, everybody to the panel?
Nelly Nell. Motu.
What's happening?
We here, man.
But
what's your thoughts, man? Hearing everything and shit, the Derrick Jaxn shit, man. Is it a big deal? I mean, really? Come on.
I mean, you know, the dudes that know, we know he was full of shit from the start anyway. You know, I was tapping in with the Tasha K interview and all that. I just wanted to get my whole, you know, a full glimpse of what was going on in the situation and all that. But you know, he did some typical nigga shit, man. We already know that dude at the end of the day, he just like one of us. So, you know, the dudes that know the game, we already know this is not really a surprising thing. You know what I'm saying? We know he was just capping and, you know, coattailing and, you know, for the women and all that. But, you know, game recognized game. I ain't mad at all. He knew he found the lane. He knew how to play it. And he played that lane. Now, whether his lane is over with or done with, that all depends on the women and how they look at the situation moving forward. And, you know, what does he do as far as addressing this situation? Because we all know he's going to have to address this situation one way or the other. This ain't just going to be a situation where he can just, you know, just brush off or just sweep under the rug. You know what I mean? But
Vonnie.
Yo, what's good? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, how y'all fellas doing tonight, man? I just
Vonnie, what up?
Man, what's good, man? I just wanted to slide in and share a couple words, man. The very first thing, something that y'all was touching on a little earlier about you know, guys picking up the game from all this content. One thing that I realized, man, a lot of this shit is just entertainment to most people. You know, they not really gonna pick this shit up and really apply it, because it really take heart and guts to get out here in these streets and really apply this shit, man. And a lot of these dudes don't even have they fucking real pictures on their profiles on the internet. So why would, you know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about
let's pause that. Go ahead, Vonnie.
Show your face out here.
They just be in the comment section talking shit, man. They not gonna apply this shit. But one thing I did want to touch on, man, was something that the homie K Zaggin said. And he was saying that it's important for dudes to set the tone of the relationship from the beginning. And I think that a lot of dudes don't have the heart to do that. A lot of dudes, they just kind of just flow like leaves in a breeze. They kind of just go wherever the wind blow them. They don't have the foundation, the backbone, the discipline to tell a female, this is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You either fucking with me on this tip or you not fucking with me at all. Or most dudes, they'll treat certain women that look away on the look scales a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So if a chick is a 6 or a 5, they'll tell her that. You know, they might tell, you know, they'll tell that chick that, but if a chick is a 9 or a 10, then they'll get bent over.
Too much truth. That nigga talking too much truth.
No,
that's
no
exactly
doubt.
how it is. That's exactly how it is.
Vonnie in the clutch. Yo, Shannon, hold that thought, Vonnie. Shannon, you've been nodding your head. She bopping the Vonnie shit. She taking notes. You the only female on the panel. What's good?
How you doing?
We good. What say
I
you?
agree with what the gentleman that just spoke said. Like, you know what I'm saying? I agree with what he just said. Like, it's not surprising anything happened. Like,
you got lost in the game, didn't you?
That's what I was about to go. See? Yeah. So let me ask you this: have you ever been sold a dream? Keep it real.
Oh yeah. I mean, I believe every single man that approaches me, that is what they do.
Yeah, but which dream did you believe in though? The last dream that you believed in.
Probably like my first 2 like immature boyfriends or something. Like back in the day when I'm like 21, 20.
So how can a nigga sell you a dream right now though?
Oh, they not. I done learned.
No, but that's the thing. That's a woman's game though. To believe, when a woman gets game, she ends up believing the dream that the girl is sending. I mean, not the girl, that the man is giving her. She has to believe, act like she's believing the dream. You know what I'm saying? That's a woman's game now. That's probably what you do now.
But you're forgetting something. She's over here, so game over.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
game over,
piggyback,
piggyback. You're trying to finesse. So you're trying to finesse Shannon. It's over pretty much.
Yeah.
The game now. So, and that's the thing. Like women are over here now. So you trying to do all the finesse shit. See, and that's why I'm going over this book this week, because you guys. I mean, some of y'all niggas are stupid as fuck doing all this finesse shit. And that's how Mystery went ape shit. That's how Neil Strauss has gotten in this whole Me Too movement, is because men let them in instead of keeping that shit a secret. Now everybody knows. And see, now that women have and look, listen, women are gonna have the internet one way or another. But Now you're letting them in the space. Now you're doing all this and that. And I'm not saying, oh, that's a bad thing, but now you're putting women on game.
But
So
check
now
this.
women are gonna try to one up that.
Hold on, hold on.
I love women getting on game. So
Me too.
They can fleece all these niggas.
But
they
check
can fleece
this.
them all. I ain't got no problem with it at all.
Shout out to LDA in the building. I just want to say one thing real quick. Women aren't gonna retain the game. You know what I mean? They got access to the shit. It's kind of like putting shit in books. Most of y'all niggas don't read and shit. Y'all niggas want the audio book. Niggas say you got a book out. The first question y'all asking shit is when is it in audio form? So a lot of the game is over there. It's public knowledge. A lot of y'all, the shit that we talk about is in front of y'all faces, and y'all still not listening to it. All the questions, like RPC, shout out to RPC, all this, the coaches that have really been doing this shit get asked the same motherfucking questions. So it don't matter if the girls are watching it. It don't even matter if y'all niggas are watching it because nobody's retaining it because y'all rather just look at the raunchy shit instead of the shit that's important or live your fucking life. So at the end of the day, my G, it don't matter if the information is out there. You know what I'm saying? Lead with who you are. Fuck a strategy. Just do what you need to do. If it don't work out for you, just alter your plan and then keep it fucking moving. But I want to hear what LDA, the big bro LDA says. Happy belated birthday.
Tap in real quick, man. Like, I personally dealt with girls who watch my content, you know what I'm saying, acting like they know game, and they, you know what I'm saying, once their emotion gets involved, it all goes out the window.
Exactly.
We can say the same thing about men. Once their emotions get involved, they go out the window and shit.
I was going to add on to what Rich was just saying, man. Like, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how much information can be exposed. If you know what you're doing, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because once their emotions in the play, all that's out the window anyway. So it doesn't matter if they're exposed. I don't give a damn. You send this information to a group of girls. A lot of them going to look at it like these dudes don't know what they're talking about. Or second, once again, these dudes don't know what they're talking about. Or once again, third, these dudes don't know what they're talking about. So once again, if you know what you're doing as a man and you know how to play with their emotions, all that's out the window. It doesn't matter. You can show this video 100 times to a woman. It don't matter.
I got a woman right here, right now, who hearing everything that I'm fucking saying. You know what I'm saying? It don't really matter at the end of the day. If you know what you're doing and you a player and you real about what you're doing, it does not matter because it's only a little bit of it's only a little bit of guys who are real. So they can't go out there and just find another real dude. So they'll stay with you. You know what I'm saying? You's a rare commodity.
If you know what you're doing, was the key part.
And that's the key, Professor Rich. If you know what you're doing, let me address something that Lila said, or Laya. She said, "So there's no men who want love. It's all about finesse." First of all, there's nothing wrong with caring for somebody. Okay, and I said it on my channel. Like I use the word adore, which means respect and love. Okay, I can have love for you, but it don't mean I'm head over heels following behind you, running through a fucking field of daffodils and shit, trying to meet you at the other end. Okay, it's not about that bullshit. That soulmate, that soul tie shit. Like you, that's obsession. All that's bullshit, bro. All that shit is bullshit. And I don't want to shit on people who truly care about each other, because that does exist. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but for me, I think if you get into a relationship and your main motivation is I love that person, I really care about them, I think that's some dumb shit.
It's over.
I think that's dumb. I think when a man makes a decision to have a woman in his life where that woman could potentially fuck up his shit, it shouldn't be about no fucking emotions. Your emotions shouldn't have anything to do with it. Not to say that emotions don't exist within that time, but that frame, but you should take that love shit out of it and like, all right, if I make this decision, what's the best that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? And you need to weigh them options.
Let me read out this super chat.
I think also too that we need we need not to confuse finesse with stupidity. The book that Afi wrote, as far as based on finesse, is one different thing compared to what a lot of men are doing, which is being stupid. That's not finesse and stupidity is not the same thing. So I want to be clear on that, because there's some women that are in the chat, they're saying, "Oh, everybody's on finesse now." No. Majority of men and what they're doing is on some stupid shit. That has nothing to do with finesse. Please read the book, please.
And women don't even understand that how a man loves and how a woman loves is two different things. What a lot of people think love is obsession. You know, thinking about a motherfucker all the time, texting them, stalking them. That's obsession. That's not love. That and what our PC say? He made a video a long time ago. He said feelings fleet. I wrote. I mean, I was about to say I wrote a book. I read a book. It said that people who stay in that state of being loved, they only stay in that state for up to 2 years on average. So the real love doesn't come until after that.
Let me welcome big bro LDA and shit. But let me just read out the super chat real quick, and then we can go around. Shout out to Explode VT for the $9.99 super chat. Can y'all dive deeper on the types of questions to screen these chicks to get them to tell them themselves and avoid the BS? Salute panel. Yo, LDA. Salute, my G. Happy belated, brother.
Appreciate it. Can you guys hear?
LDA.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Salute.
You got the lights in the back. Let's go.
Good, man. I'm jumping. I'm just not hearing you guys, so I'm not sure where the conversation is. I know I did hear one thing about the about women listen to your content. I allow it to happen all the time. It is the best thing that you can do. You know why? It mitigates any problems because they know where you stand at. They know this is how I flow. This is what I do. Now, if you want to be with it, it's your choice. So what happens is because of what I say and what I share, she has an option to stay in there or to leave because of the game that I'm spitting to other men. So when she tried to ask me certain things, I heard you say something on your broadcast. Guess what I do? So I said it. You already know where I stand at. Now the other thing about finesse, what's a finessing game? What was that about?
Finesse. See, my finesse is an analogy, so my shit is an acronym. So I got my own meaning for it. That's why I spell it different. See how I just eliminated it and just play with finesse means finding intent necessary. Never empower someone else's endeavors. That's what it means. It means putting yourself first. It's mindset. It's not fuckery, it's not trickery, it's not underlying sneakery. It's mindset.
I was just going to piggyback off what LDA said, man. Like, if you guys do make content, not you guys on the panel, but people watching, and you say something, you have to be the same person that you are in your content in real life.
In real
Don't
life.
On the internet talking about, abundance mindset, don't put women on the pedestal, and then nigga, you in the text messages whispering sweet nothings, you pillow talking, doing all the opposite shit, bro, because it sends a mixed message. I mean, be the same person that you pretend to be in real life. You know what I mean? Because I hate seeing that shit, bro. I mean,
I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment.
Yo, and that's why Derrick Jaxn got his ass tore up right there.
With you.
It's like a nigga, he get on the track, start talking gun shit, gang shit, drug dealer shit, blah, blah, blah. Nigga work at Target, bro. You feel me? I'm saying? So, like,
listen, this year, I'm telling you, man, this year is all about authenticity. I said this on the live stream that I had with Afi Kingdom not too long ago. I said this is the year of authenticity. There's no way in hell that you're going to be able to do all this fake shit and then be on the other side of the coin getting away with it. We're not living in that world no more.
Nope.
And for a lot of guys, you know, they're still trying to play that game in which they're trying to say I'm alpha, I'm this, I'm red pill, and all that other stuff. And then it turns out that they're not. And this is the year where we all got to hold ourselves accountable. And the thing about it is that, you know, when nowadays, you know, now we're having these sorts of conversations. I just watched the whole thing of Kevin Samuels and Abba and Preach doing their live stream about, you know, authenticity and why the world is so fucked up and stuff like that. And it's gotten to that point where, you know, people are tired of being fake. And I think it's at that point where we're now saying to ourselves, all right, how are we going to do this? Because we cannot live like this anymore. And
go ahead.
Real quick. Go ahead, fam.
Just two things real quick before I cut on out, man. The first thing, I don't really know too much about Derrick Jaxn. I mean, I know that, you know, guys in the red pill space, they be going in on him. But to me, as far as cheating, I just feel, me personally at my age, man, I'm too old to be getting caught up doing anything.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And number two, like we was discussing a little earlier, man, like the content is supposed to be, helping guys go from simps to becoming solid men. Well, the way I look at it, man, it's always going to be more weaker men than it is strong men. And to me, I'm cool with that because they make it easier for the guys like us. So that's how I look at it, man. I just wanted to drop them a few little jewels, man. I'm going to cut on out.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Vaughn. Let me go ahead and add this real quick. I don't have no problem with a man showing love for his woman. I would never clown a nigga for showing love. But you can't be on a live stream talking about fuck a bitch and then you reading poetry to a bitch the next day talking about roses are red, violets are blue. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Come on, man. Like you can't be like fuck a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Then be like, hey baby, look, I wrote this poem for you. Tell me how it goes.
AK Zag, and they really on they just me and you.
Hey yo,
if they own that, cool. But when you do your live streams, be on that shit on your live streams though.
Hey yo, but that brings it back to what's the dude name? Derrick Jaxn or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That brings that back to that. So he's over here telling women they all of this, they all of that, and then he get caught cheating. See, when you're a teacher, you're held at a higher standard. You're teaching stuff, so everybody's gonna hold you to that standard. They're not gonna want you. You're not supposed to fuck up when you're a teacher. You remember when you see your teacher and she's telling you all this stuff is inappropriate, and then she comes in and she's pregnant? You like, my teacher is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Because you're held to a higher standard. You know what I'm saying?
So I think at this point it's not even going to matter because he done been capping so long for the bras that now it doesn't even matter. At this point, they're going to make excuses for him fucking up, or they're going to give him a pass.
I agree with you. I agree. All you gotta do is make a live stream apologizing.
Let me say this.
That's all you gotta do.
Damage control. Damage
Go
control.
ahead, bro.
We got Mr. 1950. Shout out to Mr. 1950. Hazel Ash, thank you for the super chat, $9.99. Exactly. Don't sell me a dream. Keep it at the wall gully with me from the jump. I'd rather swallow the hard pill now and make the decision to be with the program or not verse being slapped in the face later. That's a fact. And Afi, the super chat prior to this one, he wanted some screening questions that we could provide for him. But Mr. 1950 is on my G Akeem. That's my G, bro. What's good, 1950?
Okay, let me catch it first real quick. He said, can you dive deeper? Damn, where'd it go? Can you dive deeper on the types of questions to screen the chicks to tell on themselves and avoid BS? You just gotta ask like, what's important to you, bro? That's what you gotta think about, and then you ask questions geared towards that because we might not care about the same shit.
Well, look, and let me just add this, and then whoever I cut off, my bad, but let me just add this. Stop being so worried about what question to ask a woman. If you have your life structured in such a way that when you invite women in, they flow with what you got going on versus going against the grain, you ain't got to worry about all that shit. You thinking too much about it, in my opinion.
Let's bring in 1950, yo. The gorilla silverback. What's good, brother?
What's going on, man? I think my internet tripping. No, I don't know if y'all can really hear me, man.
I can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, all good, man. Yeah. I like this topic. Let me talk about this man real quick. My deal is, I can't speak on his hustle because he's definitely getting his paper. I can't hate on that. But the biggest problem I've always had with this man is that he's killing generations of men and women. Like he's separate the separation of the two, right? So then you got a whole group of men believing that you're supposed to treat women X, Y, and Z. When all the women know that they don't want no subservient man, they don't want no man they can tell what they don't want no doormat in their life. And for him to preach that and destroy men in the meanwhile, I just have a problem with that. So then you got a group of women that high five each other that's probably gonna die alone because they're gonna feel like the men are supposed to do X, Y, and Z. And when they don't do X, Y, and Z, they're gonna wait it out. They're gonna wait it out until they're like 50 years old, and by then no man gonna want you, even 40. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, I just felt like he was destroying lives. I feel like he was never there to help anybody. I feel like he was grabbing a bag and using, especially the community, the black community, and using them and doing his thing. The cheating part, hey man, hey, we men, you know what I mean? Shit happens. You know, I don't know why he needed to lie, especially in his position. I think in any man's position, but especially in his position, I would have told her and 10 other women in a group text that what's going on. You know what I mean? You supposed to be the man. You supposed to be the man. You know what I mean?
Big
you
facts.
6. You know what I mean? So I never understood that. I'm gonna let y'all get out. But what I will say, last thing. I did hear earlier my man saying, and I totally agree. I didn't know the brother's name, but he said that you have to live this way if you're going to promote it online. I definitely agree with that, man.
Exactly.
Like if you're going to be this way, the internet is just too small, man. Like we can figure out some things about you pretty quick.
Oh, facts. No doubt. I agree.
And pretty quick, especially like when you're on a high end scale like him. Like that woman knew. She saved, she screenshotted. She probably got videos of this man. I mean, that just tells you right there he has zero game anyway in the pimping part of it. Like there's no way that you're supposed to ever be texting anybody if you're gonna be a player. Everything should be a cricket phone, Boost Mobile. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's a playing ass nigga right there.
Hey man,
That's a playing ass nigga right there.
he was a lazy pimp.
The
When
side
I was in the
chick,
game,
the side chick had too much info.
when I was a scumbag, I had multiple lines.
Outside the backyard.
I had multiple lines, man. When you was scumbag, you have multiple lines. So that's lazy pimping on his part. You
nigga got cricket throwaway phones for minutes on it.
Dog had a track phone in the backyard in a chip bag.
Yo, 1950 said lazy pimping. Remember where y'all heard it first? Lazy pimping.
Lazy pimping.
Scumbag got the cricket, the track phones, all the burner joints. So that's how you supposed to move. Listen, man. We're not condoning cheating, but we know what it is. Listen, man. One major thing to do. You got to keep your pattern. Women study patterns. So you got to keep your patterns the exact same motherfucking way.
Like what Shannon doing right now.
Because if you don't wear cologne, if you don't wear cologne and you start wearing cologne, that's a red flag. If you don't take showers at night or when you get home from late and you start taking showers late, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, she's gonna think something's popping. If you call her at a certain time and you all of a sudden stop calling her, my phone died and shit, that's another red flag, my nigga. So this is for broke niggas. This is 101 type shit. But when you on a status, my nigga, you supposed to have different lines and shit. You supposed to have an answering service. Like you supposed to handle your shit crazy. So at the end of the day, whatever's happening to these niggas, like 1950 said, yo, it's easy. Niggas can find out what's popping with you. It is what it is. But you gotta really you gotta be as real as you possibly can on and off camera. And when you real off camera, it's gonna translate on camera. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
Let me add this, and that's why when you first meet chicks, you never give them your work schedule.
And
you never say I work Monday through Friday. You never fucking do that.
Never mind.
You never talk about that because you never know if that might manifest itself into something later on. You never give a woman your exact schedule. Don't do that shit.
But these are the fundamentals you would think dudes would know. Go ahead, LDR. Go ahead.
Let me get these super chats real quick. Shout out to Good Man. That's what's up. You like Derrick Jaxn? Proud of.
That's Ninja Man, by the way, too, Afi.
Oh, word.
I believe that's Ninja Man. But go ahead.
For the super chat, he says
we need a super chat party though soon, though, Fee.
Ism. Shout out to Ism.
Shout out to Ism. But that sister's taking notes. She's taking notes. The sister in the white hat. She's taking notes. She's smiling the whole time. She's taking notes.
Shannon been way too quiet. She's over there taking notes, writing down shit.
Hold on, teach your teacher though.
Let me say something right quick.
Hey, if Platinum, if you want to come up or Starism, let me know and I'll rotate you in.
Let me spit some little fast game right quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Let me spit some fast game right quick. See, women have been done dirty so many times that if you just tell them the truth about anything, just you simply telling them the truth, they'll deal with you. They like, oh fuck, I don't even care. They got done dirty that many times that if you just tell them the truth, it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I got. Let me say this though. let me say
Go
this
ahead,
real
LDA.
quick. So the men with no game need to lie when they don't have value. When you don't have value as a man, then you figure out, okay, I have to lie in order to tell this woman to be a part of this program. But if you have value not only in yourself, but you have value in life, this no matter what you tell her, she's gonna follow the instructions you have given her, straight up.
Exactly. That's
So
facts.
the lack of the lie is to fill the lack of value void. If you ain't got, so the less value you have, the more lies you have to have. And even if you got bread like a Derrick Jaxn, he has no value in his mind internally.
Exactly.
So because again, if you have value, like 1950 said, you don't have to lie because your value is apparent. You letting your energy, your vibe, your trinkets, your cars, your crib speak for you. So the more, the more you talk to me, B, I'm like, all right, my nigga, just take a breath, like stop talking, because the more you talk, you're trying to confuse me. Let me ask you the question. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask, yo, what's that? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we talked about the homie said, yo, what questions can you ask these bros? Yo, I'm in management, right? I interview people and shit. Yo, when I went on interviews, I had a script. I knew exactly what to say when a nigga was gonna ask me a question. So you get more answers without asking a question. Because if you ask a question, yo, something, they're gonna give you the best answer. How many people you been with? They're gonna tell you the wrong answer. So at the end of the day, you gotta equate her actions and her patterns with the answers you're looking for. And then most of the time, when you don't ask them questions, they're gonna be free willing to tell you the information anyway, because they're gonna say, damn, this thing is not even interested in me.
Well, let me say this, and I've always said this. As a man, how you get at women, how you interact with women is indicative of how you see yourself. So if you lie to women, that means you don't think you're good enough. As constructed, you don't think you're good enough. If you pay for pussy, you don't think you're good enough. If you take women out on dates, 3 or 4 dates, and you hoping you can ease in the back door to some ass, you don't think you're good enough.
Exactly.
Okay, and this is what a lot of guys don't understand. And then when you tell them the truth, it's like, my nigga, you ain't got no self-esteem, partner. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe in yourself. They get mad at you. And it's like, I'm just telling you, I'm peeping what you're doing, and I know how I move, and I know I got supreme confidence. But based on how you move, you ain't got no fucking confidence. You don't believe in yourself.
That's a fact.
Yo, Afi, that's Anaya's good, man. That's Ninja. That's Ninja, by the way. Go ahead, LDA.
Man,
give me the money, bro. Because if you come up here on this link, get your ass off.
Yeah, that's Ninja. That's Ninja boy, Ninja, whatever. Go ahead, LDA. Go ahead, LDA.
You guys hit it right on the head. It's like when you have your program, if you have a program, why would you lie about the program that you already have set in place? So I think a lot of guys don't know how to tell their truth or stand in their truth. I talked about last week on my show, the game must be in you and not just on you. So a lot of people are faking it when it comes to the game because it's not in them, but it looks like it's on them. So you got to be congruent in what you do with the girl or without the girl. Why would you lie to her? This is how I get down. Like I can't think of the guy said what he just said. What happens is she's going to respect you because she's dealt with so many men that have lied to you. She's going to jump and anything that you say because why? You told her the truth. Most guys are afraid to tell the truth, and women would rather be with a man that tell them the truth. You know what? He said he got 2 women. I just got to deal with it because I want him. Exactly. You got to decide that you're going to stand on your truth.
And women, see, that's the other thing about it too. Women aren't really even mad at the guy for cheating on them. They're more mad that he lied about cheating on them than they are about him actually cheating.
I don't know, man. They get mad.
I would
get mad when you talking something else. They get mad at
to back up what they are saying, I've been told when I was an ain't shit nigga and I was lying and cheating. I was told by one particular chick. Okay, I admit my faults. You know what I'm saying? These other niggas be high like they perfect and shit. My thing is when I was doing my thing, the chick came to me and she said, my first name is Carrie. She said, Carrie, I'm not mad that you cheated on me. I'm mad that you were dishonest about it and that you treated me like shit. I would have let you have all your girls if you would just tell me the truth. You know, now that's what
Simple
she said.
that.
I'm not saying that all women will feel that way, but in that particular scenario, just be honest. Because the truth of the matter is, a woman knows when she's with a man that's like a player nigga that can have pussy anytime he wants. She knows the difference between the men that she's with. And she knows if I feel this strongly about him, if I'm this attracted to him, I know other women are. And if I'm coming at him for that dick, I know other women are doing the same thing that I'm doing. So women, because and you said it, Zay, they've been lied to and played so much. Women, they become more realistic to how shit really is sooner than men do. You know what I'm saying?
That's
a lot of women are realistic by the time they're 20. Like all these niggas ain't shit. The dudes in their 30s still trying to figure it out.
Tisha's the other female that's on here. Thank you for being on, man. What we've been saying a lot of shit, man. What are your thoughts on this whole shit? Where we going?
I'm just gonna touch on that with the whole cheating thing and laying out your plan in the beginning. Like the females are confident enough to handle what you're gonna tell them in the beginning. Like this is what it is, you know,
exactly,
and so forth. But one thing about that is that you got to be ready. You know, if you catch feelings and stuff like that during this process, because sometimes we're with it, but you got to be prepared for the downfall of that. You know what I mean? So, as a female, got to be prepared for the hurt because it may come, or it may be vice versa on your end. You know what I mean? So,
I just think it's important to tell the truth. I think people need to learn how to word it. I mean, like you can say two different things in two completely different ways, and the person's going to be more receptive to it. I'm not saying you should lie. I just feel like people need to figure out how to properly communicate what they're trying to say. I mean, you don't just be like, yeah, I'm trying to fuck a whole bunch of women. You can get in where you fit in. I mean, dressed up a little bit more pretty, so I mean, they're more receptive to it. You know what I'm saying, like, don't try to be a fake savage out here because you watch a couple of videos on the internet.
I agree. Look,
tell you these
niggas here, women like dudes who are bad boys. So the next time they make shit, bitch, I'm gonna give you the dick and nothing else. And they're like, that ain't gonna work, Clay. That ain't gonna work like that. It ain't gonna work like that.
You gotta be charismatic with the truth, man.
Exactly. There's so many million different factors that factor into that. It's just not just that one dimension of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. There's a way you can say shit.
I'm some women that just like to be talked to. Like, I'm an aggressive motherfucker.
No. There are some women where you can go up to and tell them.
This dick or this bubble gum. That's what you gonna do. One of these two. Which one you want?
But you know which ones to do that to and which ones not to do that to.
Exactly.
You know which ones to do that to and which one not to do that to.
But that comes with game and learning how to read body language.
Yeah, anybody
just reading the aura and the energy from the women you interact with. A lot of guys don't know shit about body language, aura, and energy. They don't know shit about none of that shit.
A lot of dudes are not even aware of the situations that the ENT even apply that type of logic to a certain situation anyway.
Right.
So yeah, it all applies to the certain situation and the type of woman that you're interacting with at the moment.
Yeah, but just to piggyback off what I think it was Tisha.
Yeah, it was Tisha.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are out here seeking relationships or whatever they're looking for in a significant other. When they gotta get their past traumas in check. Like, you might need a fucking therapist. You might need to like do some medicine, go in fucking hell. You know what I mean? Because people be bringing their past traumas. Okay, you got cheated on 10 times by niggas. Like, don't put your past shit on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't cheat on you. I'm a whole new nigga. I'm a whole new plate of food. So,
Rich, these chicks be dead on the rebound 20 years later and shit. They still rebounding off a nigga 10 niggas ago and shit.
But meanwhile, we ain't shit, but she's sitting there choosing the same type of dude after 10, 15, 20 years later and still can't figure out why she can't find a solid dude.
I told you to give me $20, fool. What the fuck you keep trying to make it your way, nigga?
Tisha said she had a question.
That's Ninja Boy.
See what the fuck I'm doing?
That's Ninja Man or whatever his name is.
Tisha got a question.
No, I just got a question, right, with the Derrick Jaxn situation. I'm gonna play devil advocate on this part, but I feel like he showed up exactly as himself in all those videos. He probably was talking about himself, marketing himself, and selling these females the dream. And I think we need to get off of that Cinderella fairy tale fantasy bullcrap because that's not reality. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I'm not understanding females. Listen, when they hear what he says, why are you taking that as face value as far as when a male comes up to you and he's kicking that same game, but you wouldn't be taking him for face value. But Derrick Jaxn is the one with the answers, and he showed and proved he's no different than any other man.
You know what it is? It's not the messenger; it's the way the messenger looks. If he was a 500-pound nigga spewing that shit, women wouldn't pay him no mind. They just wouldn't. They just wouldn't. They just wouldn't. So he's smart enough to understand.
I wouldn't follow him and shit.
Yeah, but he's smart enough to understand how women view him, and he understands how women look at him, and he says, you know what, I can use, the fact that women probably think, I'm a good-looking dude, I'm in shape. Let me use that to my advantage. Now, but I look the part that some women would want, but let me say the shit that women want to hear, because the reality of it is, both men and women, no gender is excluded from this. Motherfuckers is lazy as fuck. Don't nobody want to do no work. Don't nobody want to work on themselves. All they want to do is get some bread in their pocket or a degree and say, "Look at me now," and they want the world.
I think I think Derrick Jaxn can turn this shit around. I think that he can, because they're more flawed. Everyone's flawed, and I think that if Derrick Jaxn spins this shit around and his wife being aware of what's going on, now they can start promoting that relationship vibe. You know what I mean? Like kind of like that matchmaking vibe. We've been through some shit, but look how we turning out. That's a smart nigga. I mean, that's a smart nigga.
It's gonna get that down for you. Oh, black love. Look what we got.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's exactly what he's going to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so shout out.
Exactly what he's going to do.
That's what I'm saying. So peep gang. Like, so shout out to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was talking shit about bros and shit. Now he's matchmaking. So what I'm saying is, if you got a flawed dude who's promoting something and still believes it, because I'm gonna stay married, right? And now I got cheated because I'm human. It's like church, B. It's like church. Niggas gonna get forgiven, and he can make this shit pop and now elevate the game, because now everybody want love, black love and shit. So now he gonna be matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? So he could really spin this shit around. So the takeaway is, as a man, any situation, you know what I mean, you got to be solution based, and you could figure a way out of the shit. You could spin it. We all human. We all fuck up. But again, the majority of people that want to burn Derrick Jaxn never listen to Derrick Jaxn. Everybody that's roasting Derrick Jaxn was calling him a simp, but they want to roast the nigga. So it's irrelevant.
I just want him to respect me. When I say that I want a woman to be at the house, I don't care about her degree. I want her to raise some kids. Like, I don't get at a nigga like me when I say shit like that, though. That's all I'm saying. If you don't want me to come for you and your bitch ass life, nigga, hey, the way I want my woman is the way I want my goddamn woman. You know?
Mr. 1950.
Barefooted, pregnant in the kitchen, motherfucker, that's how I want her.
Bro, no, you know how I feel. Bro, I believe in buying. I believe in buying women crock pots, aprons with their name on it, and cookbooks. I ain't got no problem. I believe in doing that shit.
Yo, you know what the problem?
I'm floored, yo.
You know what the problem is?
Nigga, I'm not doing none of that. You don't need. Hey, everybody, a good man get a woman a curfew and all this shit. Like, this is who I am, nigga. Like, we got kids. Motherfucker, we you out at 1:34. Hey, what you mean 1:30? Bring your ass to the house. And she didn't have to say it. Bro. You know what I mean? That's early relationship type of situation.
I'll fuck around and get an apron that say boo thing on it.
Get fucking mad at me, my nigga.
Right there. Wear that motherfucker proudly in the kitchen.
That's
the problem,
though. Bitch ass nigga, because he talks about me all the time. Don't be that. Don't teach me want you to be submissive. They should praise you, put you on the. You bitch ass nigga. That's what I'm saying right there. He's a bitch.
That's the problem, though. They always trying to control how we see attraction, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you can't control a man's attractive. If we don't like fat women, we don't like fat women. If we don't like women,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, who do this or who do that, we don't like masculine women. You can't control us and try to shame us into that. And that's what society is pushing now, trying to shame us into control our attraction and what we view attractive. You can't do that. We're not doing that to women, so why are y'all doing that to us?
About,
you feel me?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Right there, man. Fuck that.
He a bitch with
I was just gonna say real quick to AV's point, right? You said that this ain't gonna stop his money. Right now, he got a book out called Healing Together. Him and his wife is on the cover. Just so y'all know. So I think he might be. Listen, it's 2 on point right now.
Oh man, this is hilarious.
He is so lucky I'm not in the game no more because I would DM his wife right now.
Yeah, man.
This is the best time. This is the best time. She is vulnerable. She needs somebody to talk to, and I'm that nigga, man. He lucky.
Let's go.
He's lucky.
Oh, she's definitely getting those
1950.
DMs.
Let's go.
She is definitely getting those DMs.
Hey, let me say this. Put a fire sign in the chat. Y'all want to bring the Saturday night panels back? Y'all feeling it?
They ain't ready for that, Afi.
Panel, y'all showing up? Y'all showing up for the Saturday night panels? Let me know what y'all want to do.
You talking about Saturday night or Sunday night? This is Sunday night.
Whatever.
Saturday night, Sunday night lives, man. Classic shit.
We bringing this shit back or not?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Gravy, man.
You gotta send a stream, Afi.
Yeah, man. Well, fuck it. Let's do it then. It could be the same bad time, same bad channel, and the first come, first serve type of.
I'm real curious. I'm real curious as to what the sister in the white hat, because she's been laughing this whole time and taking notes and shit. I'm real curious about your stance. I mean, your stance really don't matter, but I'm curious about it though. I just gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I'm curious though. I'm intrigued by what you might have to say. That might pique my interest.
Derrick Jaxn. I mean, I'm not. I don't have nothing to say to him because I don't care about him. Like it's clownish and immature to me. Like all the gossip about it's marketing for him, and that's why he hopped right on there and marketed his book with his wife right there. Like that's why she married him, because she beat for that type of man. I'm not beat for that type of man. That none of this would have happened. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying though, but so you seem like you said a nigga can't sell you a dream and shit, no doubt.
I'm just I believe nobody's perfect.
Right.
We all are gonna have flaws, no matter who we end up with.
Right.
We all are gonna lack something. We all are gonna you know what I'm saying? That's why we pick. That's what we're supposed to be picking. People, not picking bad choices, picking people who fit in with you.
Okay.
I respect what you. I respect what you're saying.
How many quote unquote bad choices did you have to make to come to that conclusion?
Yeah. Like I said, like when I was young, I only dated a couple people, and I had long-term relationships. But like when I was like 20, 21, I knew that as a child. Like I said, because my relationship, I had a really close relationship with my dad, other than not like most women. So I know that I'm an outlier with a lot of things. I know a lot of things, knew a lot of things earlier because I seen it. I seen how men act as a child, not as an adult. You know what I'm saying? And my dad was truthful and transparent with me about things. He didn't hide it.
Your mic ain't connected. You got to come back, bro, and say your mic connected.
I actually have a question for both ladies. I have a question. I was dealing with this young lady one time, right? And we was riding in the whip, and she was telling me, she said, "Carrie, I don't know if you're running game on me or if you're playing with me, but I like it. Don't stop." Okay. Have you ever felt that way?
Yo, K-Zaggin, that just happened to me today. Yo.
That just happened to me today. Some type of competition, or like who wants something easier? Who wants something that's, I mean, some people are like that. Like everybody's different, but it depends what you want. But yes, like you need to have some type of game.
Okay.
Like that's the point. Like that's why we feel like we got something. But
if we give you the roses are red, the roses blue type of vibe, y'all not gonna like that.
Not Derrick Jaxn. That ain't game. That's clown behavior.
Exactly.
I agree. I agree with that shit.
What K-Zaggin said actually just happened to me. I took a young lady out today, and we did some fun activities or whatever. And she said, "You know what, Nelly? I don't know, whether you like me or not." And just because she was going to the aspect of why I don't hit her up every day, meaning why I don't text her every day. So she's trying to figure me out. Why she's not used to my type of vibe, and she's used to dudes coattailing her and being on her tail every day. So I said, you know, I'm a busy man, but I know in the back of my mind, if I
Right.
do the opposite, that's going to turn her off.
Mhm.
But see,
And the fact of her asking you that, she should know. She shouldn't have to ask you that.
exactly.
Yo,
Well,
check this
to
out.
add to both of y'all point real quick is I saw a Facebook post and it said you don't have to lie to women; they'll lie to themselves. Meaning, if you're on point enough, they'll romanticize it and they'll fantasize what they think is going on, but it's not really going on. But because they like you so much, they'd be like, "He's my next boyfriend. I know he don't want me as a girlfriend." But damn it, I just wonder what it would be like to be with him like that. Yeah. Y'all think about that?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? The real ones knew that Derrick Jaxn was doing what niggas were doing from back in the day. Back in the day when me and my goons used to go out, this is when clubs was popping, people actually danced with each other. What we would see a group of broads and shit at the club and shit, and we would pick out the ugliest, the heaviest set one. Why? To dance with her. To make her figure, because that puts you in a better light. First of all, if I walk up to a group if I walk up to a group of bros and I pick the fattest bro and the ugliest bro, I start dancing, I'm making her feel good on the dance floor and shit. All her hot friends are looking at me like, damn, what's wrong with this nigga? This nigga's Prince Charming.
That's that how to be a player shit.
So that's old shit. Right there. That's old shit. That's old shit. But that's what we used to do. So Derrick Jaxn's doing the same thing. Derrick Jaxn is uplifting bros that ain't got a chance in hell.
See.
Oh my God.
Looking better to hot baddie.
Because of niggas like you. See, you gave 600-pound life bitches life. See, damn you for making them think that they can actually have standards. You made them think they can have standards. Damn you, fam.
That's what I'm saying, though. So you make the bro, you make the. It's like a Cinderella story and shit. You make the stepdaughter feel good and shit, and then when you bring her back and shit, all her friends are coming to you. Yo, it's my turn to this. You want to dance with? I'm like, nah, give me a minute. So you keep it moving. So you creating anxiety with the hot bros, and you don't look like you're interested, but you just having a good time. So at the end of the day, bro, when you an anomaly, first of all, real niggas are anomalies. But when you an anomaly, you just moving and shit. Niggas are like, yo, what's really good with this nigga? Like they don't know where to put you. So that's what this nigga did. So real ones, we're not surprised that Derrick Jaxn is doing this. We touching on the topic because y'all need to hear it. The youngsters not knowing on the panel. But what I'm saying is real recognize real, man. So this was all part of the plan. And if he finesse it, he a real one. He gonna finesse and turn this shit around. He gonna still be on top.
Yeah, this all they be doing, bro. All you gotta do is put a average one in front of you, and then it's gonna get the rest of them hope, bro. That's all you gotta do.
Oh yeah, that's
for all you dudes that get rejected by an overweight chick, thank Alpha Villains for making her feel special.
If she can get them,
I said back in the day.
I know I can treat them better. I can love you better.
That's it.
Hey man, I feel it. I'll be trying to tell cats though, like some cats just need practice.
Hey, it's all love, fam. I'm just fucking with you, fam.
Some cats just need practice, man. He need to be practicing on them fives, homie. Practice on the fives. Get your stroke right. When you get in the big leagues, your stroke and everything got to be tight. So you gotta practice on these bitches. Like a lot.
I do agree.
You hop into the 9s and 10s, nigga. I lived in them 5s and 6s when I was a young buck. Hey, me and the homeboys running through them, having special events with the broad. And then when you get to the club, you feeling like the shit. So you know what? I'm knocking it 10 now. Oh, this 10 is mine. And she be like, why is he so confident? Oh, I see why. The stroke is great. You know what I mean? Now I'm in here. This is what I'm saying, man. Take advantage of the low hanging fruit, own the 5, and then come up to the big leagues and play ball, man.
You gotta start somewhere.
I disagree.
Let's get Sir Ism in there. Sir
Ism, what's good, bro?
Ism.
Sir Ism with the pimpism. What's up, fam?
And the pimp.
What's going on, family? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
Salute to the panel. Salute to Happy Kingdom.
Salute, brother. What you think about the Derrick Jaxn scenario, bro? Pimping up finesse.
Derrick Jaxn is a interesting character. To me, he has a lot of game. He used game on these black women. He used his looks, his hook, and sometimes the look is the hook, but sometimes the beauty is in the duty. So he used his looks as the hook. Okay, to have the right bait to catch a lot of fish, to attract a lot of women, right? And then after he hooked their ass and told them, you can be 40 years old, you can have 5 kids, you still attractive. Because all of them looked at him as their YouTube Sims character, as a beefcake that they wanted to have, that Chippendale, that chocolate Chippendale. So they used him. He just reversed the game. See, he went from a fat belly pastor in a Baptist church to a flat stomach Chippendale game spitter. And now he just reversed the game. Did y'all think he was going to stay with Thickum Snacks? Thickum Snacks was just his woman. He had a nice little red bone Thickum Snacks. He liked that for the daily. So that was his Toyota Camry. He used that to go to work. But he had to pull that little Porsche, that little Ferrari. You see that little thing he got? That little fart box on him? That little speed bump booty? Yeah, he that's the Ferrari. See, but you got to know how to handle that Ferrari. So you got to know where you at in the game. See, so he used this chocolate beefcake Chippendale game to just reverse the game like a Baptist preacher with a big belly that eat a lot of pork. That's all he did.
Come on, Ism. Let's talk to him.
Hey, yo.
Let me get.
I got a disagreement.
Hold on. Let me get.
I want to hear what Playboy Zay got to say. I'm on talk.
Janae, you come up next, Janae.
So I got a disagreement. He said, what did he say? He said, you should practice with the 5s and the 6s. And I totally disagree with that. And I'm gonna tell you why. See, now what you heard with Alpha Villain, he said he was like, he over there. Now those types of women, those 5s and 6s and stuff, their self-esteem is already high. You know what I'm saying? Their self-esteem is probably just as high as a 8, 9, or a 10. So why would I go and play with a 5 or a 6 who already think they are 8, 9, or 10? And just go play with the 8, 9s, and 10s and just practice on them. You get what I'm saying? Because what's the point? What's the point of getting rejected by a 5 or a 6? If I'm getting rejected by a 5 or a 6, why would I go talk to an 8, 9, or 10? You know what I'm saying? I can't even get the 5 or the 6. You know
Let me say this. Since I was born, I've been above a 5 bitch. That's what I'm talking about. This DNA has been a Mac. So what I'm trying to say to you is that I'm trying to help the other niggas out that's thinking they can get 10. So I hear what you're saying, but a lot of these 5s, I'm telling you, they don't have self-esteem.
That's facts.
They give you the cover. They'll look like they got an attitude, look like they're a little standoffish, look like they don't want you to be a part of what they're doing. But it's your job to give her the instructions to ease her mind to manipulate this woman. It's easy money. And all I'm saying is a lot of men that don't have no game, they want this bad 10 bitch. Like you have 0 game, homie. Learn from the bottom and come to the top. Niggas don't want to put in the work. Niggas want to go from 0. They want to go to 0 to 10 right now, and you're not ready for that.
And that's facts.
Yo, let me say this. Let me clarify real quick though. When I did that shit, yo, that was like 20 years ago. Let's not get it twisted. Yo, in my day when I was this ain't now. Let me say something.
Right.
In our day, 1950 day, the 40 and over club, the OG day. In my day, a 5 knew she was a 5, my nigga.
This was before social media.
Today, a 5 thinks she's a 10 because of social media. So the broads, when I did that strategy, when I was much younger, picking the 5, she knew I made her night by just dancing with her. Now, if I step to a 5, the broad looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, yo. So at the end of the day, there's some value to that. But in today's day and age, for the youngsters that are listening, with 1950,
I'm in my 40s. So my thing is like you said, me and you together.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, if I had social media, oh nigga, I'd have owned the bank. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you right now, dog. Like these kids got it easy. I just have to talk to a daddy to get a bitch to get on the phone. You know what I mean? They don't gotta talk to somebody's daddy. Like remember when daddy used to pick up the phone? Nigga, we had to call and motherfucker, and I had to call her friend to call on 3-way to get this bitch on the phone.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what I'm saying.
Boy, I miss them days.
With a cactus in the window.
This is what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Me and 1950 get it. So what I'm saying is this: there's benefit in fucking around with a 5 or a 6, and the reason why, there's a couple of things, but the 2 major things is you got to get your stroke right, you got to get your stamina right, and that's going to be some of the best sexual experiences you have because they understand it's a treat for them. You know what I'm saying? Even though, again, I'm still old school, my nigga. Don't get it twisted. I'm still like 1950. Like, I want to be back in the past because shit made sense. I'm still trying to relate to you young niggas. But at the end of the day, you got to get your practice on. A lot of niggas want another plate of food and they've got food in their plate. So niggas ain't ready for this level. There's levels to shit. There's no shortcut. So at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you know what you're doing to keep and attract a baddie. But when you get a baddie, you're going to see it's no big deal.
Okay,
and then you're going to want to get a bro. That's
where I
what I'm
want to
making.
go. Finish your point, because I'm gonna hop on and pick it back up what you're talking about.
Now, basically, what I'm saying is this shit. When you get something, when you achieve something, most winners want to achieve something else after they achieved it. So a baddie making money, getting that dream car. What's next? So a lot of niggas that hold women on a pedestal. They never had a broad like that. So they just gonna keep on that hamster wheel. But once they don't follow through with their vision to fruition to win, a lot of niggas don't know how to win, how it feels to win. So when you learn how to win, winning ain't a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
And now it's like, yo, fuck, I want to do something else so I can win. That's why all these celebrities do all this fancy, crazy shit because they bored. They got the bread.
Okay. Well, let me add this. Most people fuck with the lights off. Okay. So whether it's a business of 10 or a 5, what difference does it make? Okay. At the end of the day, once you fuck enough women, it's just pussy. At the end of the day, it becomes monotonous, and it ain't shit. It really ain't. Look, I'd rather run 2 miles than fuck a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because it ain't nothing. I'm saying I'd rather pull up a Pornhub video and just jack off and get my 2-minute nut and be done with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, K-Zag, and a lot of dudes haven't even got to that plateau yet where pussy ain't nothing.
And,
you know what I mean?
but once you get to that point, you'll realize that a woman's beauty ain't shit.
Exactly.
Look, this is how I feel like it. And I think Sir isn't bounced. But if I can't monetize a woman's beauty, it don't mean shit to me. If I can't make money off of how you look don't fucking move me like that. It just don't. When a woman look good to me, that just makes me want to fuck you more. That's it. Okay, but it stops there. You know what I'm saying? Once I get the ass, what's next? What's left? Okay,
right. We OGs.
Come on,
we OGs. I feel you, Zach, because we OGs, man. Like I done had my share, man. So I feel what you're saying, man. But a lot of these dudes, they just get women because they feel like everybody else want her. You know what I mean? And I think that's the wrong approach. That's the wrong approach. Like
social validation.
I like what I like, so I'm gonna get what I like, and I'm gonna interlock whole hands with her wherever we go, because that's the type of nigga I am. But at the end of the day, she gonna follow this program in order to get that type of award. You know what I mean? You're not going to be in my presence unless you understand what I'm telling you is the truth. You believe it, and you live your life not to disappoint me. That's when you know you got it. You know what I mean? And these youngsters, I love them. Because they in the game, they going all the way hard. Now, I'm telling you, man, I look on social media and a lot of older cats get mad at these youngsters, man. But I'm actually proud of some of these youngsters. I don't like the way they dress. But what I'm gonna say is they're older, the younger cats, they go gorilla at these females, man. It ain't changed. They do it in a different way, man. You know what I mean? But the simping is real. The simping
the simping ain't going nowhere. It's no sympathy. But yo, Janae. Welcome, Janae. I'm more with more awareness. What's good, ma?
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I just came back from skating. The normal.
No doubt. You gotta bring him. Make sure you bring him.
Let me fix my hair. So I mean, I've kind of been listening to what you guys have been saying, just a little bit done, and I have heard a lot of different things. On some of the same old stuff I talk about. So I just feel like, for one, I'm not sure what you guys talk about practice, like what you need practice for. Like, do women need practice? I'm just kind of wondering what you guys are like practicing with 5s for. And I mean, like, if that's all you can get, I guess I understand that. I just don't understand what the practice is, because if you're practicing sexually, I don't understand what the problem is, because when I had my high school sweetheart, we were each other's first, and he was great. And I mean, like,
I mean, how old were you though?
She dead ass.
You fit. Oh, she.
Practice.
Well, you got to remember, she's looking at it from a woman's perspective, not a man's perspective.
But no doubt. But
I'm a woman, and I'm telling you, like, do you guys really need practice? Because I think that what you're really looking for is just confidence within yourself of your own sexuality, and you're looking for validation. You don't really need all that from a bunch of different women. You need that from one woman that you have that connection with. As long as you have a connection, the sex is good. But the problem is you guys don't want no connection. That's why y'all weak in bed.
I was just going to say one thing, Janae, and what's up with you, by the way? How old were you with your high school sweetheart, if you don't mind me asking?
I was 16.
16. See, great sex at 16 and great sex.
It's not the same.
But it doesn't matter though. That's the thing. It doesn't matter though. That's my point.
No, it does matter.
We're both the same age. We're both the same age. So it's like, what does it matter if you're dealing with people your age?
Have you ever keyed a man's car before?
No, I've never keyed a man's car in my life. No, I have not.
Stroke right. I'm telling you right
now. Yes, I have. No,
I'm
just not going to key a man's car. No, it's just that I choose men who are good in bed and who are loyal to me and not doing me dirty. Only way for a woman to key her car is if you're doing her dirty. If you're not being a good person, if you're manipulating her, if you're using her. There's no reason to key men's cars if you're choosing men who respect you, respect your body. I've had amazing, mind-blowing sex. As long as you choose people who respect your body, what do you need to key somebody's car for?
Okay,
I got my car keyed, and I didn't.
I just want to tell a personal story, man.
I got my car.
I'm hearing so much bullshit right now. It's hurting my ears and shit.
I got my car keyed, and I was a side nigga.
You feel me? I got my shit keyed and I didn't even touched the bro.
I got my car keyed and I was the side nigga, bro.
You know what I mean? Hey, I'm telling you, man, when you hit the bottom, you're like, oh, I never had this.
But that's what comes with it when you in the game, though. That's what comes with it.
That just when you're in the game, when you're manipulating women, when you're being dishonest, when you're playing women, when you're fucking different women,
it wasn't no manipulation. It wasn't no manipulation on my part. My situation was she seen me out with another woman, but I already told her from the rip that I'm already dating multiple women. She couldn't handle the heat, so she kept my shit. So that's not my fault. I told her how I run my program. You either accept it from the beginning or you don't. She was cool with it, so you gotta accept what comes with it after.
She said something that I gotta call bullshit on. She said all her dudes was loyal and respectful, and I'm trying to figure out if they were so loyal and respectful, how come you ain't married to one of them niggas?
Because just because they're loyal, there's a lot more that comes with it. They need to be ambitious. We need to have the same goals in life. We need to have the same path.
Oh no, it don't sound like you want nobody. You don't want a leader. You don't want a leader.
People always just breaking up. People aren't always just breaking up because of cheating. That's your guys' problem. I don't have that problem. I don't pick cheaters. I don't pick
hold on. But Janae, you might not pick a cheater, but are you a cheater yourself?
No, I don't cheat. No,
you're lying. I saw an interview you did with Rich. I saw an interview you did with Rich. Come on. I saw an interview. No, hold on. Let me stop you right there. I seen it too. Hold on.
Did I cheat?
Okay, hold on. No, you had a nigga. You had a nigga. Hold on, real quick. You had a nigga. I remember this shit. I was gonna do a video on it, but I decided not to because I didn't want to waste my time with this shit. But you did a video. You did a video with this nigga right here with the afro, and you had a nigga that couldn't give you an orgasm.
You can calm your energy when you're talking. You know.
Okay.
You don't have to be so high.
First of all, if you be quiet, I can get my shit off.
I actually was quiet this whole
First of all,
time.
anyone that know me knows that I talk loud. That's my.
It's not loud. It's not loud. It's your energy. You're really extra.
Okay. Well, my energy is my energy. Be quiet for a second. Now,
I was already quiet. You're not gonna be disrespectful to me.
Woman, why are you still talking? Now listen.
Because I can. I'm not gonna allow you to be disrespectful to me.
Okay. All right. You good? You done?
Masculinity, huh?
You done? Okay. Now let me finish. Okay, let me finish. You did an interview with this man, Rich.
I know what I did.
Okay.
I don't know why you're telling me what I
Why
said.
are you still fucking
I
talking?
can
Why
repeat
you
what I
still
said.
talking?
Hold
Because
on.
I
Okay,
can repeat what I said.
back and go, and then you go after. Let her
There
finish.
you go. Look, let me go ahead and go. And if I'm wrong, just correct me when I'm done. Correct me when I'm done. But you did an interview with Rich, and you said you was with a dude he couldn't give you an orgasm, and you said you went with an ex that could fuck you right. So when you talked, the way you was talking when you came in was that men always gave you the utmost respect and loyalty, and they treated you like this and treated you like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the mere fact that you went and you had to seek an orgasm somewhere else means even with those men, you wasn't completely fulfilled.
Yeah, he needed
Okay, can I?
practice.
Is it my turn now? Okay, so where you were wrong, this is where you misunderstood. So that was one guy. He was the only guy who couldn't give me an orgasm. He was the only one. He was very robotic. We had no chemistry. We had no nothing. For 5 months, I cried to him, begging him to give me orgasms. I bought toys. I tried everything. Finally, I told him we have two options: either we break up or we have an open relationship because this is sexual torture. He said he didn't want to break up with me. So I said, okay, open relationship it is.
So he needed some practice.
I'm not done. So I went and hooked up with somebody that I've been with that I knew would give me an orgasm, and he did. Then I came back and I told my boyfriend, hey, I did that. I went and hooked up with somebody. Just like I said I did. Is that cheating? That's not cheating.
Yeah,
That's
you cheated. You came back and
transparency.
told your boyfriend. You said your boyfriend.
I told him before I was going to do it, and I told him after I did. That's complete transparency. That's not cheating.
So you were cool with the open relationship?
So you mess with Sims.
If you wasn't in an open relationship, that was cheating.
If I said I'm gonna go and do that, or we have to break up, if I give you an ultimatum and you say you don't want to break up,
you was with a beta male.
And I told him the only other way. Well, that's why he was probably bad in bed. And honestly, it was my fault. And I told him after that I felt really bad that I even got in a relationship with him because he was not pleasing me and it was not for me.
He needed some practice. He needs some practice on the vibe.
He didn't need practice. It wasn't his stroke. It wasn't his stroking. It was that he had no
over relationship. There's no relationship, Jack.
Wait, can I finish? He actually had a porn addiction. Can I finish? He actually had a porn addiction, and the porn addiction made him like unattached. So we couldn't connect.
So,
and vibe.
So you really know men, or you know men stroke? Know the stroke? You know what it takes?
It wasn't the stroke. It was before the stroke. He wouldn't even turn me on. It was the kissing. It was the caressing. It was before the actual sex act.
So he needed to practice.
He wasn't bad. He would not turn me on because he would start kissing me. And as soon as he started kissing me and I started getting turned on, he got up and he said, do you want to have sex now? There was nothing.
So all I'm asking,
but then you say you wanted a man that was respectful of your body, though. But then you say that's what you wanted. You wanted a man who respected you, was respectful of your body. He asked you if you wanted to have sex instead of just putting his dick in you.
We already had sex before that. We already had sex before.
That's a man respecting your body.
He was my boyfriend. We've already had sex before. He didn't have to ask me if I want to have sex now. That's stupid. And stop it and then strip down naked and just be naked while I'm fully clothed. That's crazy. If you think that's okay, then you really need help too. Because that's not any kind of foreplay. That's not how you turn a woman on. That's not how you seduce.
Hold on. That's not how to turn you on. That's not how to turn you on. Don't speak for women, because I know a lot of women that love to get out.
No woman is okay with you starting to kiss.
Don't generalize women, because you don't know what it takes.
Okay, if you want to argue with me, then you do it, and you have a problem too. So please give me help.
Renee, I don't like your tone, ma'am. I don't like your tone, ma'am.
I'm not gonna engage in your feminine energy. But what I will say to you is,
and you think that's okay? I'm not.
What I will say to you, I told you before that some men needed practice. Your ex needed practice. And then what happened was he didn't have enough practice because he was too busy being this loyal gentleman. Men need to be scumbags at some point in their
But
life.
my
They need
16-year-old
to be
boyfriend at
scumbags.
16 was great in bed. It's not about practice. We're
Hey,
trying to make
if a man all of
be
his
a
life
hoe.
was never a scumbag, it's gonna come hurt you.
No.
Not
No.
everybody is just gonna know what to do. Some
Janae, nobody called you a hoe, baby girl. Nobody called you a hoe. Nobody called you a hoe. Nobody
you
called
don't.
you a hoe.
But you
Nobody
don't. But
called you that.
but you guys aren't even understanding because you're too busy trying to defend the male's part instead of understanding where I'm coming from because he's the only guy
No,
that I have this problem
Janae,
with. And what you have
I
to understand is
understand you.
I've been with guys.
No,
No,
Janae,
you're not
Janae.
understanding. My
Baby
point
girl,
is
baby
I've been
girl.
with guys
I
that have only been.
understand you.
You're
Hold
not
on real
listening
quick.
to me.
No, hold on real quick. Janae, slow down for a second.
I've
I'm
been with
telling
men.
you I understand. I'm telling you I understand you.
Because you're getting triggered around here.
Janae, hold on real quick. Janae, hold on real quick. I made a video talking about a woman's sexual gratification is priority to her. I understand you wanting to be in a relationship where you can be pleased. I understand all women want it.
No, you're not. But you're missing what I'm saying. If you allow me to speak, you would understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's not about the amount of partners a man has that gets him to be a passionate lover. It's about him being into the woman and knowing how to seduce and knowing how to kiss.
I agree. Everything you're saying, I agree with you. I agree.
Can you please stop cutting me off? My 16-year-old boyfriend knew how to do that. It's not, and he didn't have a bunch of partners. I've been with guys who haven't had a lot of partners, and they knew how to do that.
Sazzo.
This guy, the crazy thing, what I'm trying to tell you from my experience of me dealing with men, the men who have a bunch of partners are sexually disconnected.
It's lit.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
What?
That's not true. That's not true.
Whoa.
No, see.
I don't even know what that.
That is not true.
No, hold on, no. Because I fucked a lot of women, and I'm completely. In fact, anytime I've had sex, I've always been the best lover in the bedroom. So that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I would say women. I would say y'all some lazy motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be getting winded. You put a bitch on top, tell her to ride. 5 minutes later, the bitch breathing heavy and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not gonna argue that. But the point I'm trying to make is that you keep pushing that men need to go and have a lot of sex and be with a lot of people. Maybe that helped for you, but that's not everybody's problem. They don't need to go have sex with a bunch of women to be better because
some women are easy to
having
please.
sex
Though
with a whole bunch of women.
you may be a woman who's easy to please.
Him having
There's some women that come easy.
Oh my God.
Hold on. 1950. 1950 said something really important. 1950
said a whole bunch of women isn't gonna make them any better.
I'm telling you, I've touched women with my index finger and they got off several times, and I'm putting in 7 strokes later, and they're getting off again. They're easy, but then there are some women that you gotta be skilled. You gotta be.
Let me tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something. There's some men that I can be with. As soon as they put it in, I orgasm.
Yeah, I know, because you messing with a monster.
So your argument here. So your argument, I'm being like, oh well, maybe you're just not.
Okay, so then it was your attraction to that your boyfriend.
But
Then
you make it easy though. That's what I'm telling you. You don't.
That's my point. I'm very.
Right?
You're just trying to argue with me. My point is, I am very easy to please.
I'm not arguing. I disagree with your narrative. That's what it is.
Okay, well that's great, but you made a point. You tried to say I'm not easy to please. I am actually very easy to please, and because I'm very easy to please,
I said you're easy to please.
Able to please me. Okay, well this man wasn't able to please me, so if I'm easy to please him, he wasn't able to please me.
I got a question.
How old are you, young lady? How old are you? Young lady?
Why is that my fault?
I got a question.
It matters.
I
Experience
just want to say
matters.
one thing before I leave.
Go ahead, Professor.
Experience matters.
So then why was my 16-year-old partner good, and why was my 19-year-old partner good?
Because you was Google hide over this. This 16-year-old. Let me tell you something. I pop plenty of cherries, and they'll still try to DM me on IM. Like this is what I'm saying. Like you gotta understand.
Yo, sir,
you gotta
Ism got me
understand.
floored.
You was a virgin. You was a virgin.
It doesn't matter though.
I got a question.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's an emotional connection. It's an emotional connection, young lady.
Okay, well, guess what? My ex
You
didn't give me that
sound under
emotional
30. So
connection.
let me tell you what I do to women under 30.
Hold on.
I know Rich
And that's what I'm saying.
about to cut out. Rich about to cut out.
You made this excuse that it's emotional connection. That's my point. It's an emotional connection.
Go ahead, Rich.
And that's what makes the sex good. It's the emotional connection. It's not how many people you have sex with. It's the emotional connection.
Time out for a second. Rich about to be out. Please, Rich. Go ahead.
I just want to say appreciate y'all. I mean, I gotta head out before this gets any more heated, but appreciate you guys. I just want to say one thing Janae mentioned, like in the beginning of the conversation. She said, when a girl keys your car, it's because you did something dirty, and that's not always the case. I just said I was a side nigga and I got my car keyed. I mean, so
that's the funny shit all night.
I don't think so. Sometimes it's based on the individual. I mean, and you don't have to like fuck the shit out of a girl for to activate the button into her to key her car. But some people might just have mental health issues. I mean,
That's true. And you gotta be careful about who you're dealing with, not just being pretty face and fucking because it's good practice. So you guys need to be more selective and be better vetters. And right now,
you need to be a better vetter.
Why are you so aggressive? That's not masculine. That's aggressive. Can you be masculine? Can you be masculine? Can we have a conversation?
Who got the sound effects? Shots fired.
Can you have a control of your emotions?
I have a question. I have a quick question.
Mr. OG.
So wait, hold up. So Janae, you telling me if you at first you said if a girl keys your car because you hurt her, and then now if she keys my car it's because I didn't do a good job at picking out the girl?
Well, you just said that she has mental health issues, and honestly, I think that I honestly feel like you vetted badly because you're choosing to be a side dude to a woman who's choosing to consistently cheat on her boyfriend and lie. So yeah, I do think you chose badly.
I got a question for you.
Look, wait. Well, we might have to pick this up another time. I'm not about to sit here and
because it's so hilarious. It's too hilarious.
Well, let me ask this question, yo. I gotta ask this question.
I don't think you understood what I was saying. Go ahead, Zay. Go ahead.
So in the beginning, when she was talking about her boyfriend, she said that her boyfriend didn't do any foreplay, and then she said that she had guys that just put their dick in her and she orgasmed.
No.
So if that's the case, why didn't you do that with your boyfriend?
Wow, that's a good one, bro.
Why didn't you do that with your boyfriend if that was the case? You said put your whatever and you orgasm and you said this guy he didn't do what's the name? No foreplay or whatever.
I didn't say that.
And you said that you had to go and get it from somebody else. So why didn't you orgasm with him?
Okay, so the guys who could just put their penis in, what I was saying was their foreplay was so good by the time they put their penis in, it made me orgasm. That's what you're not putting.
That's not what you said, though.
But I said that they could just put their penis in and make me orgasm because the foreplay. I didn't add that, but that's why.
Fair enough. I'm gonna give you that. But let me ask you a question.
$9.99 super chat.
Devin Cameron.
Brother.
Okay, and let me say this. The reason why I was yelling because I was trying to talk over a bunch of people talking. But let me say this real quick. Let me say this because you mentioned vetting process. I'm a big proponent of before you get into a relationship with somebody, make sure that you're non-sexually compatible and sexually compatible. You got into the relationship with this man and you were not sexually compatible with him.
Yes,
so
that was my
had to be okay, but no, and that's cool. But what about him outside of the sex made you go that route? I'm curious.
He was a really, really good man. He was very attractive. He was very sweet to me. He always came over. He didn't come over empty-handed. He had a lot of ambition. And I loved his structure and his focus. And he just, this determination. I mean, he was a good leader. Like, he woke me up in the morning. We meditated. I cooked him breakfast while he was working. And he would ask me, like, for my wisdom. And I would give it to him. And we would work on a business together. And I loved building with him. And he was just such a wise, intelligent, good leader who respected me and respected my wisdom.
Seemed like you missed the boat.
No, I didn't miss a. I'm going to talk highly. Honestly, I'm going to talk highly about all of my exes. I think they were all wonderful people. I just don't think that we worked out. And that's the thing. You know, there's three, like you said, you have to be compatible sexually and non-sexually. And honestly, I should have left him as a friend because he was such a good friend to me. And I don't think it should have ever turned into a relationship. But because I was weak in the moment and I was lonely, I allowed it to be a relationship. And he was pushing one. And so, you know, it was just the timing and just desiring somebody and just loving who he is. But I should have left him a friend.
Okay. Well, look,
Honestly.
I'll say this: we all fuck up. Nobody's perfect. All of us have been in relationships that we can look back on and say, "Why did I do that?" Okay, and it looks like that's what you're saying. You know what I'm saying, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm sure now that you understand that maybe sex is more important, or gratifying sex is more important than maybe you thought. Like you thought you could make it. You know what I'm saying? And then
I thought that I could help him, and I thought that I could work with him and stand by him. And you know, people are like, just try and just help him. I tried everything. I mean, 5 months of me crying and just me trying and me begging and me just doing everything that I felt like I could, and I made a lot of mistakes. And you know, I really wanted to hold on to a good man, and I didn't want anybody to tell me that I didn't try. So I tried.
I'm telling you.
And you know, for the first
good dick
time,
comes with a price, though. Good dick comes with a price. I'm telling you right now.
I don't think so.
So if you think you're gonna get extreme dick, and then you're gonna get everything else, that comes with a price on your part. Therefore, you're gonna need to fall in line. You're gonna need to fall in line with that program. You know what I mean? Like,
Can't have everything.
Hey.
I don't think that just because the dick is good, I have to settle.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. Your mic fell out or something. I'm sorry.
Walkie-talkie. Hey, let's get my man, Information Man, in there real quick. Boom.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Peace to everybody out there. What's up, man?
Information Man, salute.
Salute everybody on the panel. I'm listening to what the sister's saying, what the brothers are saying. Look, I've got years in mental health. I'm a therapist. I've seen this sort of stuff. The question is, the sister spoke, and she said that you've had several different relationships in your life, and I think one of the brothers on the panel made a good point. You know, why haven't you been wifed up by any of these men? Because the truth of the matter is that women control the sex, but men, we determine who's getting married around this motherfucker. So you got to ask yourself, were you, when you said to the brother that was on earlier that maybe he possibly chose or did not vet the women that he was with because he said he was a side dude, and we talked about this whole thing about King, the point that you missed there that he said is that sometimes you have women that men meet women, and some women have some emotional issues, and then they take it out on your vehicle, whether you were playing games with them or not. This happens sometimes because if the woman is unstable. I had a situation where I met a female and I was getting to know her. She was really cool. And then as I started to kind of bond with her, then that's when she dropped on me that she had these mental health issues. Where she needed medications because she had a car accident and she would get depressed.
Oh, geez.
Okay. And me working in mental health, I should have known better, but I tried to have something with her. And eventually it didn't go anywhere. It was dysfunctional because when you're dealing with a dysfunctional person mentally, they suck all your energy out of you. They suck you dry like a vampire, and they give no emotional capital back to you. So that's why it's very dangerous when people are like that and you're involved with them, and sometimes they're not honest about their issues, and then it projects back onto you, and now you're dealing with all this crazy stuff. And then when you try to break away from them, possibly, you know, let's not forget, sometimes brothers try to get away from women that are not good for them, and that woman is crazy and she ain't gonna let you leave her. So then she goes out and keys the car. It's not always because the man is cheating. Some women do this shit because they don't want you trying to leave them when you realize that there's something broken in their spirit that's just not vibing with you for you personally. Okay. I think the problem is that women and men, we got to start being honest with each other. Women got to stop get out of these fairy tales that you've been taught. Women have been culturally conditioned to believe in the fairy tale of I'm going to get married, knight in shining armor. These love books that you're involved in, these movies. You got these movies out here where they got you caught up in this bullshit. It's fantasy. You got men. We're operating on logic. That's why we're the way we are. Because we're not raised on fantasy primarily. Yeah, we like superheroes growing up, but we're not primarily focused on that 100% of the time. Women have unrealistic expectations for what they really want. They're not being always honest. And men play games too, but women, you got to be focused on legitimate, real expectations.
That was a very good. I'm sorry, Afi. That was a very good point.
Let me go subscribe to this man right now. I'm going to subscribe right now.
What's up, my man, Alfie? My man, that's my brother right there. Oaktown, baby.
Yeah, and that's also expert level moderating. You see, we swerved the whole vibe. Just level. That's expert level moderation skills.
I just want to say, the Information Man show, man, that was excellent. I just want to highlight what you said. It's long overdue for men and women to be honest to one another. But I think before they could even think about doing that, they got to be first honest with themselves. A lot of times people don't want to look at themselves in the mirror. They don't want to be honest with themselves. They rely on someone else to tell them how they should be or how they should be honest with themselves.
Facts.
Again, let's bring up not Derrick Jaxn, Kevin Samuels. All the women are calling Kevin Samuels to try to think they're going to get a different answer. But you can avoid all that shit if you're just honest with yourself. Look at your track record. Look at your cats. Look at all the shit that you're not wifing. Niggas ain't wifing you. And in regards to what Janae was saying, Janae is right. First of all, as a man, as a real man, you know that it's all emotional triggers, bro. So if you got the bro wet in her mind, your mouthpiece is tight, yeah, you can stick your index finger like 1950 said and shit, and the bro gonna come real quick. That's number one. Number two, when we were talking about for the majority of these youngsters to practice on 5s and 6s, because most of them don't have any experience. So when you were 16, it was a little bit earlier, but we're talking about the youth, bro. The youth don't know what the fuck they doing. They think everything. And we was on a panel, Janae, you and I and Afi. We talked about how niggas think it's a porn movie. It's not a porn movie, bro. So at the end of the day, we are advising men at the very least, before you can have an expectation of trying to achieve a woman in a certain caliber, you got to work with what you qualify for, bro. You can't get a $500,000 crib if you make $12 an hour. It's all about qualifying yourself first to see what you can qualify for. Do the work. If your sex game, you go to a Janae and she's easily pleased and you can't please her, what does that say about you? How's she going to perceive you? So that's what I'm saying. Y'all niggas need to look at yourselves in the mirror. Assess yourself before you ask somebody to assess you.
Well, but it goes back to what Ron Wills was saying. You got to know your tribe, man. Like, and that's knowing yourself. Everything starts with yourself.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, let me just say this real quick, and I mean
DJ with the premier cam up on the line.
But let me say this.
What's going on, family?
You know, a lot of times.
Cammed up on the panel. Let's go.
What's going on? I cammed up before.
A lot of times. Oh, go ahead, Alfie. Go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
This panels. This is the first one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
2021. Go ahead, Zach. Go ahead, Kay.
Let me say this, and I know the sister young. She young, so you know I'm not really stunting on her like that. But it goes to what I always say. A lot of these relationships that are fucked up, people are getting into the relationship for the wrong fucking reasons. And they're usually shallow and superficial and selfish reasons. And usually, what you would find if you ask two people that are in a relationship and you interview them separately, and you ask them why are you with her and why are you with him, the answers will not be similar. And she's with that guy for a completely different reason than why he's with her. That shit won't fucking work. It will never work. You know what I'm saying? And people get in, and I believe I think she's settled. In my opinion, she's settled. I'm not saying he wasn't a good dude, but she settled for a situation because it was too top heavy here, and it didn't balance out over here. Like he got all this other shit going on for him here, but the shit that was important to her that led her to cheat, she could say what she want. You cheated, girl. But anyway, but what led her to cheat was because there was this other thing. Now, sex for me, right? That should not be the number one motivating factor behind a relationship. I think that both people should be mutually sexually attracted to each other. 1, 2, when you actually do fuck, there should be sexual chemistry. After that, there's other things that are more important than that. So sex can slide down the scale as far as importance when you talk about relationships. Now, if you're talking about fuck buddy shit, sex will always be number one. But when you talk about relationships, now sex will slide down. It doesn't mean that sex is not important. It just means there's other things that are more important, and sex kind of takes a secondary or third role to everything else that comes into play.
Information, man. I know you wanted to say something.
I wanted to say something on that point that the brother is making. We have to also keep an account too, my brother, that sex becomes not as important as a man matures and gains wisdom. For me, I'm 51 years old. I may not look that age, but I've been around a little bit, and I noticed that for me, the way I looked at women in the past in my 20s and my teens and what have you, when I was a much younger with more testosterone, I was driven by the sex, right? But as a man in more later years, it's not the main important thing, because it's sort of like I've been there and I've done that. So now I look at women a little bit different as to what are they bringing to the table. I'm not looking to sponsor someone. I'm looking for someone that complements the situation. You see what I'm saying, brother? Right? And that's the thing. So I think a lot of times with the younger generation, we have to ask ourselves, where are they learning their Q's and their T's about this thing called sex? And how do we learn this? Are we getting it from mass media? Are we getting it from society? How are we learning? Because when I grew up in the neighborhood that I grew up in as a Gen Xer, I grew up around men, my father, and people in the community, the brothers in the barbershop that I was raised by, who gave me the cues. Okay. I grew up at the time when you had pimps in the community that would tell you, hey, don't be a pimp like me, go to school, do this and that. But you would learn the cues from the dudes on the streets. You would see the good and the bad in the streets, and you would learn from that to get some of your understanding. Where is the generation today getting their lessons? Are they getting it from off of television and movies?
They get it from women.
Or are they getting it from the community, people that are in their community that are teaching them the right game, the right cues?
1950 said it. They getting it from women.
They're getting it from women, man.
But where are the women getting it from? From fantasy.
The women getting it from each other. From fantasy and each other.
Thank you.
They high-fiving each other. Even when they know it is dead wrong, they will still high-five you. Girl, we good vibes and these high-fiving. Hey, girl, I hear you. These men ain't shit.
Yeah.
They will high-five each other, and knowing that their girl is 100% wrong, but because they want to cheer this girl on, this woman on in her space, then they're going to continue to do it. You got to remember, women create a circle of women who believe in their bullshit. So you have to know. When a man, you create an environment of women who do not hold you accountable. So you will not. Hey, that woman is not on your page. If she's not agreeing with you, if she decides she want to go off, be submissive with her husband, be cooperative, do all this stuff, and y'all group is sitting back at the bars, y'all gonna talk mess about this woman, then now you're gonna ostracize her because now she's not a part of the high five group of negativity. I'm telling you, 100.
Right.
Yo,
and
hold on.
What was the number one movie that came out a few years ago that women went crazy over?
50 Shades.
50 Shades.
Girls,
that tells you everything.
Girls Trip.
That Girls Trip, 50 Shades. That tells you everything you need to know, because those movies are dripped in fantasy and unrealistic shit.
Facts.
That they try to project on us in real life, and it does not work.
Hold on. Wait. Let me say.
King Drake.
That 50 Shades of Grey shit ain't no fantasy. It's this dude's out here putting it down on chicks like that for real. That ain't no game. I just talked to a dude on my show just now. We was into that. My last call was a guy that was into that. He'd been to that for like 30 years, and it is what it is. That ain't no fantasy.
Let me ask you this question then, brother.
Okay.
When we look at the women that we're dealing with, because you're right, and you're talking about, well, there's men that have really done that with women. How many, the guy that you was talking to, how many men are in that guy's position, whether it be financially or otherwise, like the movie, to do that when you look at the larger population of men who may not have it like that on that level of economics, on that level, rich or what have you.
We'll have it like what, as far as like dominating a chick?
Well, when I'm talking, part of that movie is that the guy was not only dominating, but he would be, quote unquote, what everybody's talking about on YouTube these days, high value. He's got the money to back his play with women, right? Get him on a plane, put him on a jet plane, give him jewelry, do all this seductive stuff, buy out the restaurant where it's just him and her in the restaurant, candlelight, the shit that you normally see in movies. How many guys on the average have that type of economic clout?
Not many.
That's my point.
That's why I'm talking about the sex part, not all of the.
That's kind of what. That's kind of where I was coming from, brother. That's kind of where I was coming from.
I gag a lot of women, so I'm in that game.
I'm not talking about that we can't sex them up like that. I think I was talking more on that overall high value type shit.
But
in terms of the sex game, brothers, we got our sex game on. That ain't a problem, okay?
Yeah, I think where the information man was coming from was the overall, because her attraction to old boy wasn't just the sex; it was the fact that he was a boss nigga.
Yes,
it was everything. It was everything about him. It wasn't just this one thing here. Because if he would have been a Walmart clerk, I don't think he would have been able to pull it off the way he did. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that a Walmart clerk can't pull it off, but the way the movie was depicted, it gave women their complete fantasy. What is perceived to be a good-looking guy?
We know he should have been black. We know,
but a good-looking guy who is wealthy and his sex game is on point. So he had a well-rounded kid that most women want, but most women can't find a guy that got all those things working for him.
That's what I'm talking about. That's where I was really going. You hit it right on the nail. The whole complete package.
That's because there's not a lot of you guys like that. That's,
Very good. It's true. There's not.
There's not a lot of you guys out there like that are young, wealthy, attractive, like got it all going like that. There's just not. I mean, that kind of just says a lot about the men and the options of men that.
So now it's back on us. Okay, I see. You just flipped it around. That was that was very smooth how you did that. You flipped it around. I see.
But sister,
structure in her life.
There's not a lot of women that deserve a man like that.
Exactly.
But it doesn't matter if you guys don't even exist. What does it matter?
Okay, let me ask her this question. And you guys, all you brothers have heard this question asked before. Outside of what a woman gives to a man sexually between the legs, you're good loving between the legs and everything else. Outside of that, and the fact that you can give us offspring or children if we choose to have a family with you, you brothers have heard this before. What else can you bring to the table besides the sexual aspect of you? Because look, men, this is the difference. And I believe this wholeheartedly.
Especially under 30. Especially under 30.
Men 100% are the ones that should be, are the chosen ones, are the ones that should be put on the pedestal, because a man is being asked to not only be sexy, have money, be strong, protect you, be giddy, right? And be have charm.
We gynecologists.
Yes, have charm, have style, be able to have a good hammer game on you in the bed and be able to protect you at night, have a house, sustain you, marry you, give you great offspring, the whole 9 yards. Think about it. Men are being asked to be a whole bunch of things like one big giant chameleon, right? And women are being asked to be pretty, right? Make love to a man, right? Take care of a home. But men are being asked so much. We live in a society where we are judged by how much money we make. Can we take care of you? And can we be a provider? Women are not judged on that type of level. You're judged more so on your beauty.
Can I say something? Let me say something real quick.
Can she answer that question?
I want her to answer that question.
You're kind of downplaying our role and what we provide, because you're saying,
can we answer the question? What do you provide?
Hold on, you're saying you're just judged on your beauty as if that's not something that is upkeep. That's something that,
my God.
It's like
But did you understand what my question is? I laid out the expectations that not only women have for men, but what society says that men overall should do, right? What our expectations are. I laid that out, and I laid out a number of them. I mean, multiple.
You laid out a couple, but I
no. I didn't lay out a couple, because a couple means two, my sister. I laid out multitudes of them. Okay, let's get that correct.
Okay, well, I do feel like there is a lot of pressure on us women, and you're downplaying how much pressure is on us physically, how much pressure is on us. And the only reason you feel that way is because as men, I hear you guys talk, and all you guys talk about is bad bitches with fat asses. That's it. That's all you guys talk about, and how you want to have as many bad bitches with fat asses as you can. You guys are the ones that don't weigh heavily on, is she emotionally stable? Is she emotionally
How do you know
healthy?
that?
But we're
How you know? You
asking you
talking
now,
to
though.
me?
Hey,
You
you
got
know
mature.
what?
You got mature
Let me say
men on the
this. I
panel.
don't
How
think
do you
he
know?
even
Wait, can I
mentioned any
finish?
bras
Can she
about
add
fat
to my?
Let her
asses.
finish.
Can she add to
Go
my?
ahead, Janae.
That's
Let me
fair. That's
finish.
fair. That's fair.
Can she add to my? Can she add to my vision and my goals and my dreams? There's a lot of things that we can provide as women. I feel like, because you say, oh, there's all this pressure on you, and I do understand the pressure, because there is pressure on a man, to be a provider, to make sure he takes care and he's a leader. And I get that. That is pressure. That's your role. There is a pressure to be beautiful. There's not that pressure on you, and you don't understand it, and you don't appreciate it, because you think that women are just born that way and that's just how it is. But that's not the reality. Things take effort and things take time. And women, we change. And like, if you guys are putting so much pressure on, okay, well, you have to be wifey material in your 20s. That's a lot of pressure, because women are emotionally mature in their 20s to get married and choose the right person and have kids with them and know how to raise kids right. And women are not emotionally. And I feel like there's so much pressure on a woman young. Like, a lot of men, you guys are told, oh, you guys are young, you can get a woman when you're 40, you're good and you have time. But as a woman, we're
Can we
told you need
please
to hurry up
answer
and
the
study
question?
well, because you need to get
But you
married
didn't.
right now.
But
And there's a
sister,
lot of
all due respect to you, you still didn't answer the question. You're giving me a lot of idealism. What I'm
it's
trying
not
to say to you is,
idealism.
what you're saying is, I understand what you're saying. There's pressure on women when it comes to beauty. But my thing is, I need you to. I
But it's
want
not
you to
just
answer.
beauty.
I want
It's
you
not
to
just beauty,
answer.
though. I just
Could you?
told you it's not just beauty.
Could you?
It's also
Okay.
being. It's also
Janae,
being.
can you just?
It's also being prepared
Can
for
you?
marriage.
Can you? Can you?
It's also
Can
being
you?
prepared for marriage and kids and family and
Okay.
knowing how to have a house. No, like, there's a lot.
So.
Like,
So.
I feel like maybe if you guys valued
Mhm.
feminine energy and what feminine energy
Exactly.
can add to your
Certainly.
life.
No, we do. We do value
No,
that.
but I'm asking you primarily, what do you bring to the table tangibly? Beauty and all of that is great. But wait a minute, hear me out.
Problem as a
Let's
man, because
hear me out. Hear me out.
our stuff isn't
Beauty,
tangible, and you guys
beauty,
hold that over our heads a lot,
beauty,
because what we
beauty.
provide what we provide
Okay.
is making a house a home. We provide the energetic
Okay.
feeling of a
So,
house.
How? Let's talk about
so
that.
how do
Break
you
that
do
down.
that?
Okay, I'll break
Because
that down.
you break
I'll
it
break
down.
that down.
They want to talk about domestic skills. They want to talk about domestic skills, Janae.
Well, domestic skills is making a house a home. I feel like you guys feel like, oh, well, if I provide, then she has to cook and she has to clean and there has to be this.
I
And it's
didn't
like,
say that.
things are, and
Did I say
I
that?
do. I said that.
I know you didn't say that, but
I
I'm
said it.
feeling
You're
like
damn right.
the way that I feel is that that's how it comes off. And a lot of times it's like, you guys
Okay.
want tangibles. I have the money. I have this. I pay
Well,
for
wait
this.
a
I
minute.
pay for
Wait a
that.
minute,
I pay for
Janae.
this. But the
Janae,
problem is, can I
if I'm saying your
finish?
name,
Let me finish, sir. The
go
problem
ahead. Go
is,
ahead and finish. But I have a point to what you're saying.
okay, the problem, okay, you're already trying to like,
No, I'm not
you're
trying to do
obviously
anything.
already trying to have a comeback before you listen.
No,
And
I'm not.
you're supposed to listen
I'm not trying to
to
have a comeback.
Nobody
understand.
mentioned fat
You,
ass
you,
either.
you,
By
you
the
And
way.
what I
really,
said was,
you really. The only reason why I
and-
keep cutting you off, because you're really not answering the question. You're going
Right.
into areas that we never. We didn't say anything. Matter of fact, you stereotyped and said that we're all looking for fat asses. I'm not.
no, because that's what you guys, I mean, you guys don't
I
talk
mean,
about that. I'm
a fat
talking about
ass
what
is
you guys
nice,
talk
but I
about all
think
the time.
that's not what we're really
But
talking
that's
about.
We
what
That's
wasn't
you
the
even
guys don't
talking
always
about
tangibles.
talk
fat
about.
asses on
You
this
guys
panel.
always talk about
I
pretty
said,
young women,
listen what I
pretty
said.
young
I said
women. That's all you guys talk about.
I said
It's
that,
pretty
other
women,
than,
pretty young women.
other than the
That's it.
sexuality, I said other than your sex and all those sort of superficial things, I said the tangibles. So when you
Okay.
said, well, you guys are all looking for fat asses, well, of course, as men, we're gonna like a fat ass, but that's not what I was asking. I was talking about
Okay,
the
well,
tangibles
okay,
besides the
well,
sex.
I was getting there, but you cut me off before I
Okay,
got there.
go
So
ahead,
like I
sister.
was saying,
I'm listening to you. I'll
so
listen.
like I was saying, you guys keep asking for tangibles because you guys have tangibles like physical things and houses and money and stuff like that. What we have is, let me finish. What we have is our feminine energy, and our feminine energy is what is supposed to brighten up the day. It's we are nurturers. We nurture the children. We nurture the house. We're supposed to make a house a home. We're supposed to make it beautiful. I'm talking about decoration. I'm talking about, creating an environment of like peace and wellness and love. And if that's something that you don't value,
men don't need no bitch for that. We can create our
okay,
own
well,
peace. We don't
that's
need you
okay.
for that.
Honestly, if that's something, if you don't,
Okay,
if
then
you
let
don't
me
value
now
a
let me
partner
now.
that is
Okay.
supportive,
Hold
because
on. Let's let King Dre get in there because he wants
feminine energy is not providing you something. You keep asking us for
reaction video.
tangibles. Feminine energy is not providing you something that's like that. What we provide is
King Dre.
energy. It's energetic. It's positive energy. It's love. It's peace. It's happiness. It's things that are like, it's feminine. You're asking for masculine things from feminine women, and it's confusing because you're saying, oh, well, I provide the house, I provide the money, I do this. But as women, we have to provide emotional control. We have to provide a
Emotional
stable,
control. Explain
Let
that.
me say this. Let me say this. Let me finish
Men
my
provide
thought.
emotional
King Dre,
oh
go
my God,
ahead.
you
Let me say this.
Dre,
Let me
we
say
want
this.
you
going
to
off
the women
because
talk first,
you guys
then
are
you
just
go.
going off because you don't really understand. You don't really understand or appreciate what it is that a good partner and a good female partner can provide to you. That's just what it
Okay.
sounds like.
Have
It
you
sounds like,
ever you've never been married before, right?
what does that matter?
It does matter because you don't have
It
any
doesn't matter.
experience.
It
Listen,
doesn't.
listen.
It doesn't
It
matter
does
because
matter
it doesn't
because
matter.
you
No, it
don't
doesn't.
have. It does matter, my sister, because you don't have any experience in what you're talking about. I actually
But
do
why?
have
But why would I
experience
get? But
in
why would I get
raising a
married?
family. Okay,
It
so
doesn't matter. It
I
doesn't
get,
matter. I
what
don't
you're
have to have
saying,
experience in
but
raising a family. I'm
well,
in
because
my
you,
20s. I
but
don't need to have experience in raising a
you've never
family.
been,
That's
you've never been married. Two,
so.
you're talking about, well, a woman provides this. I get all of that, but you've never actually been in a situation like that because you haven't had a man that's committed to you. And my question to
But
you
what
is
is that? What is that?
that my question to
Why
you
does it
is if
matter?
a man is supposed to take care of the household and not the household, but we take care of the bills, we go out and work and we slay the dragon out there in the environment. My question is, if that man does not have employment, have money, have all the tangibles to keep you comfortable in that household that you're giving all this love, how long are you going to sustain yourself with that man who's not bringing home the bacon?
Who's not allowing for? How long am I going to be with a man who's not providing a masculine container, and I'm supposed to continue to stay feminine? The only way to stay femininity has to have a masculine container in order to exist. Period. So if a man is not providing a masculine container,
I'm
I
confused.
cannot continue to be feminine. I'm gonna have to
No,
become
bullshit.
masculine in
No,
that
no,
energy.
no. Listen. No, hold on, hold on. Let me say this.
What?
All right. First of
Why
all,
would I say? Why would I
let me
say
finish.
for a
King Dre,
man
let King Dre spit.
Hey,
with a man who's not
hey,
providing a masculine container for me to
I
be my
can't
feminine self?
use that excuse and say, oh well, I ain't no woman around, so I'm gonna just be a bitch today. I'm gonna be,
No, that's not.
ain't
No,
no.
it's not about being a bitch. It's just that if a man's not providing, either one, I'm gonna have to step up or I'm gonna have to step out. I'm gonna have to
I
step up and
understand
be
that.
the masculine and provide, or I'm gonna have to step out of the relationship. I have two options.
You're right, but at the end of the day, you feminine or you not. It's not like, oh well, I have to
No,
have masculinity to be feminine
everybody
because
has.
I could.
Everybody has.
You got.
Everybody has both. If you put a feminine woman out in the forest by herself, she's gonna become masculine to protect herself. Femininity cannot exist alone. It's not safe for femininity to exist alone. It doesn't
You
work that way.
you have a point. You have a point, but we're not in the forest. Like we're in
But
a
it is kind of
civilized
like that
society.
though.
But
If
we're in
you're
a now.
building with a man,
If this was a setting to where it was uncivilized and we were out in the forest, then society
but
has come a
it's the
long way
same
for
thing
feminine.
though.
You cannot have just because
If
you
a
don't have
man
a
is not
masculine.
providing,
Janae,
Let me
let him
finish.
make his
Let me
point.
finish.
Let him make his point.
Just because you don't have a man around you or you don't have masculinity to thrive in, that's not an excuse for you to not be feminine. If you want to be masculine, that's on you. But if you took that argument on the flip side, I wouldn't none of these. I wish a guy would call me or get on the phone with me or email me talking about there's no femininity for him to be masculine. I would curse him out.
that's
That's
not
no
how it
excuse.
works. Masculinity can exist by itself.
Femininity
Masculinity
can
is
too. In this
femininity can't
society,
exist by itself. It
in
can't.
this
I'm
society,
sorry.
listen, shout out to
It
Kevin
can't.
Samuels. I love Kevin Samuels to death. But femininity, right now, I'm not talking about a societal breakdown or anything like that. But in this society, as it stands right now, femininity can definitely exist by itself.
I'm
It's not
sorry.
the Wild Wild West.
No.
This is the
That's
problem
how
I
you
have with
feel,
what you're
but
saying.
femininity cannot exist by
That's
itself
not.
because
That's not.
What you're saying? What you're saying?
we have to protect ourselves. So femininity cannot
You don't. You
exist
don't
by
have.
itself.
You protect it. That's what I'm
It's
saying. You
bullshit.
protected all of you. Just the laws
Where?
protect you.
How?
There may be. Listen. There may be a man want to walk by you and ravish you, but he won't do it because he'll go to jail. You don't have to worry about being masculine. To protect yourself walking down the street, you don't
Whoa.
have to be masculine. Now,
I
do
mean,
you have predators? There are, but listen, society
but you
takes
said,
care of that.
what did you say though? You said that he can go to jail.
He can.
That's a masculine. That's what I'm talking about. Like
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
the
Now
protection.
today, but okay,
That's the
today
masculine
and this
protection.
is and right now it's on autopilot, so you don't have to worry about that. You
And that's
have your
not what
masculinity.
you can't say that because women are getting raped every day. We do have to worry all the
I
time.
understand, not to a point to where like you scared to walk down the street.
Yeah, I mean,
It happens.
she
I'm
being
not.
extreme with her ideology.
I'm not saying that don't happen,
I
and I don't want to take away from that.
I am actually. I mean, especially at night, I bring my taser. I mean, I'm definitely,
Look, all right.
Well,
Let's
not twist the narrative.
Well, I want to fuck all that.
She ready to
Now listen,
sting your
let me
ass.
say, let me fuck all that. Fuck all that.
No.
Okay, we'll go back and forth to the
Real quick,
couch.
let me
say
make my
this. Let me
point.
say this though, real quick.
Go ahead, Dre. You
Now,
got it,
as far as the whole when they was asking you what you provide and what you bring to the table, sometimes women, and I think sometimes fuck that. To society today, women want to compete with men and be equal to men so much that they don't even know themselves. They ask you a regular question, and most women can't even answer this question because they don't know themselves. They're so busy trying to be men and trying to keep up with men. Me personally, I love women. I love everything about women. I know the value that they have, the true value, which is another point to my man, where he said, all guys, all we require is simple, and all we want you to do is look good. And that's not me. And I teach my guys, you have to require more than that. Right?
Yeah.
But you have to require way more than that. You can't just look good with me. You can't just have no fat ass with me. But I'm not going to tell you what makes me vulnerable, right? I'm not going to sit up here and tell you all of the things that I look for in a woman, because at the end of the day, that's going to make me vulnerable. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. But so fellas, that's on us. If we settle for fat asses and we require them to, all they got to do is look good, then that's on us. We got to step our game up as far as that goes. You see what I'm saying? Anybody that I ever talk to that come to me, look, that ain't gonna get it. You gotta do more than that. Again,
I agree with that.
But again, when they asked you, and this for any other woman watching, when they ask you, what do you bring to the table? A lot of women don't even know themselves because they're so busy trying to be worrying about being masculine or keeping up with men and being equal to men. You're not equal. That don't mean you inferior. You different. You have powers that we don't have. You have powers that can bring us to our needs.
They should be equally respected. And I didn't say what I brought to the table.
I respect my helpmate. I respect my helpmate. I do.
I was saying what women bring to the table, and I feel like we should be respected on an equal level. Here's the problem.
1950 said he respects his handsmaid.
But see, we want to be on an equal level. What woman wants to be beneath a man? Nobody wants to be beneath somebody
nobody
else.
said that.
So
nobody said that.
Nobody say beneath a woman though.
I know that. But I didn't say you guys said that. I'm just saying nobody wants to be beneath. And that's how we feel if we don't feel like we have the equal respect and our role is equally respected as yours.
Okay, that's cool.
Then
That's cool.
a lot of I'm just giving you a reason of why a lot of women are doing a lot of masculine things, because we hear you guys say we provide money and we provide all these tangible things. So women try to come back at you with tangible things, and we're like, okay, well then we provide money too, or we, and they say all this masculine stuff because they feel like
the reason why women want to be masculine. The reason why women
you guys respect it more. You guys don't respect our femininity when it's like
that's bullshit.
We have wisdom. You guys are like, fuck your wisdom. Okay, we have wisdom. We already have that. We can decorate our own homes. We can provide our own energy. What do you bring?
Nobody give a fuck about those decorating of homes. A man can hang some pictures. A man can hang some pictures and put some furniture together. What the fuck you talking about?
I can live with a steak in a crate.
Everything that's like everything that's like our nurturing energy, you guys just like throw it down and you're like, nope, that's bullshit. Nope, that's bullshit. And it's like, well, you don't respect our feminine energy. Then what can we?
You're putting too much value on being pretty. And what I'm trying to tell you is,
anything about being
what
pretty.
I'm trying to tell you, young lady, let me tell you something. I'm a grown ass man, and your
You're assuming that.
prettiness can walk right out the door. Like we don't
I already
that's
know that.
something
I don't
don't
need that
value that.
consistently held
I
over my head. You guys
value.
tell us this all the time. That's not
So
anything
I
new
can,
to me.
I can,
I
I
understand
can
that
tell right
that
now.
when I grow up,
I
I
can
don't need
tell
to hear
right
that
now that
constantly.
I can tell right now
I
that
didn't
you
say
have not
anything
had
about
any
negativity. I
structure
was
in
talking
your
about my
life
wisdom. I was talking
because
about
right now
energy.
you're
I was talking
very
about what I provide
combative.
energetically. That's what I
Like
said. And you
if you were
automatically
feminine, if you
assume
was a
it was
feminine
beauty.
woman,
And I
you
didn't
would
say
know when
anything
it's
about
men in
beauty.
the
Did I say
room.
anything about looks?
If you was a
Did I say
feminine
anything
woman,
about looks?
you would know.
Did I say anything
I'm just
about looks?
telling you.
Did I say
Look,
anything about looks?
if
Did
you was
I?
feminine,
No, I didn't.
if you were feminine,
So
you
I
would
didn't
know
say
when men
anything
is in
about
the
looks. You
room. The way
automatically
to act
jump
is
to
like
looks.
this.
And so
You
you're the
don't
one
know
who
how
says
to
that
act
you're
around
projecting
men.
that on me.
You have
You're
not been around
projecting
men.
everything on me.
There's a
You don't know
way
how
to
to act around
act.
women because
I'm telling
honestly,
you right. No, I'm
I
telling
only
you right
engage
now.
Hey,
Y'all
Look,
about to make me hit this 1940
so
how
too.
y'all,
Dang.
hey, let me
yeah,
ask you. So
I'm only gonna give
young
you the
lady,
energy
I'm
you've
trying to
given me.
teach you
I'm only
something.
gonna give you the
The
energy you've
problem
given
is with
me.
masculine women.
I'm only gonna give
The
you the
problem
energy
with
you've given
masculine
me.
women is they don't
So if
want to
you're
be
not gonna
taught
listen to
anything.
me, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm gonna
Masculine
give you
women
what you
don't want
give
to be
me.
taught.
And that's your
So
problem.
what I'm telling
Is that
you,
the reason
feminine
why you get
women
what you
want to be
get
taught.
is because
That's the
you are
difference.
disrespectful and you're gonna get what
Trying
you
to
get from
teach
women.
you.
You can't expect
I'm trying
women
to
to do
teach you how to
anything.
be right
If you
now.
don't do what I say,
Hold
you're
on.
not
Yeah,
gonna
y'all
do it. I'm
niggas,
not
y'all
gonna
niggas
listen
is
to you.
God damn.
I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen to somebody
Hold
who
on.
this is what you're leading us to. You're leading us to bullshit.
Janae. Shh, it's okay, baby girl. Calm down for a second. Let me just say this. Let me please get my point off right quick. And y'all can have it. God damn it. I'm gonna go get me another Heineken in a minute. What Janae is talking about, when Janae is talking about a woman's femininity and shit and a man's masculinity and the dude not working. When I listen to her talk, she speaks as if her femininity can be purchased. Okay. That's the problem. That means she's not naturally feminine. Because when you're feminine all the time. Period.
Well, I didn't say
Regardless.
anything like that. That's nothing that I said at all.
No. You didn't say that,
You're making weird assumptions.
No, that's not no weird assumption, baby girl.
It is
I'm
a
not,
weird assumption.
no, it's
Because it's
not.
not femininity can be purchased. It's that if you're going to tell me that a man stops providing and he doesn't have money anymore, then I either have to step up and be the provider and use my masculine energy to be a provider, or I have to leave. So I don't understand what you
I can
mean.
already see that you want to share with the final decision of the man of the household. And that is out of the question. There is something about being a woman you need to
Oh, I'm
cherish.
sorry. Yeah, that's
And
not
right
gonna
now,
work.
I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah, it's not gonna
I'm
work.
telling you right now, what
You
happens to
can't
this
tell me anything.
generation
I
of
was
women,
raised by my
you
dad and
missed
my grandfather. You
your grandma.
can't teach me anything.
Hold
There's
Dads
nothing that you
Janae,
can
let
teach
him say
me.
something.
Dad teach their daughters to be independent. That's a problem. They don't teach them how to be wives. So that's a man's fault. I'm
Why are
not
you
blaming
coming
you
so?
for
Why do
that.
you come so aggressive and then you
I'm
expect
just.
me to
You said
not? I
what?
don't like your energy. Your energy's so
Oh, I'm
aggressive,
sorry.
and you wonder why I come back at you
I'm
like this.
sorry. You're not used to being told what to
I don't like
do.
being
I'm
talked to
sorry that you have
aggressively.
not.
I like people who have
Look.
emotional control. This is probably. Are
You're
you single?
slow.
It's probably
Let me
because
tell
you're
you
60 and
something.
still
Let me
single.
tell you something. The
Because
difference
you have no
between me
emotional
and the
control.
men
You're
you
like a
probably
big
dealt with,
woman. You're
the
like a
men
big
you probably
grown
dealt with
big
has never
child.
been me.
Get
This is
some
what I'm
emotional
saying.
control. I don't respect men who
It's
don't have
not
emotional
emotional.
control.
It's
You're not
called
masculine to me.
G checking.
You're beta.
It's
You're
called G
super beta, and
checking.
I don't like men that don't have emotional
It's
control.
called G
I don't
checking.
like it. I don't feed off of. I don't feed off of toxic. I don't like
Come
to
here. This is
entertain
what
my
I'm
energy
talking
with
about,
toxic
man. This is what I'm trying to
energy
say.
like that.
What it sound like?
He's super. I don't like
Is
his energy, and
Shannon,
I don't like the way that he talks.
you don't see me.
Shannon
You
Mona,
don't
and
see me
1252
right now,
said it
but I
right.
He
ain't
She
thinks
don't
that
like
sitting
he thinks
talking
authority.
that
my
being
college.
She
aggressive.
don't like
He thinks
authority. Yes.
aggression is
Yes.
masculine, and aggression isn't masculine.
So you know what masculine is because you're masculine, right?
No, I'm saying aggression isn't masculine, and I
Don't
know I'm
tell a
masculine because
man
I know
about
what I'm attracted
masculinity.
to,
That's the
Aggression
and
is
problem.
very
I know what I'm
masculine.
attracted to,
It's
and
very
I know what
masculine.
makes
Aggression is
me
very
Overly
feminine, and I
masculine.
masculine.
know what makes me submissive, and I know what makes me a woman, and I know what makes me feel good.
Wait.
It's
And
I'm
your
masculine.
curious.
energy is not that.
What
Domination is
makes you
masculine.
submissive? What makes
Being
you submissive?
aggressive is masculine energy.
Okay, yeah, it is true. Okay,
And he's no,
what
it's
makes
not.
you
It's
submissive?
actually not masculine.
What makes you
What makes me
submit to a man?
submissive? What makes me submit to a man is a
Yeah,
man who's
I'm curious.
respectful to me, a man who's
What
respectful,
else?
a man who talks to me with respect, and it has calm energy and leads us into a positive, calm. Like there's been men on this panel that when they speak and I speak back to them, I don't speak with aggression towards them. You know why? Because they talk to me with respect, and I can tell that they have emotional control, and so I follow their
Date.
lead. I follow their
Okay,
lead.
we wouldn't date.
And so
That
with
doesn't make me lose
you,
any sleep.
you're aggressive, and I follow your
I'm
lead in your
aggressive
aggression,
because I'm
and
comfortable
you
being
wonder
a man. I
why,
don't answer to
women are
no
aggressive
woman.
towards you.
I
This is a
answer to
prime
no woman.
example.
And this
This
is
is a
what I'm
prime
this the
example of why
problem.
you attract
The
aggressive
problem
women.
is
Because
no,
there's
no, no,
men
no,
on
no,
this
no.
panel
I am
who
a
don't get
married
aggression from
man.
me because
Listen up. I
you're
am
an
a
aggressive man.
married
I
man
don't care
with
about
a
the women
with
involved in
4
the marriage.
boys.
I don't give a
Hey,
shit.
hey,
It
hey,
doesn't.
and
I
let me
don't
tell you
care about
something.
any of that.
She
That
would
doesn't
pat
validate you
you.
as a good
She
option.
would
There's all
probably
these
pat
pick
you
me
on
women.
top of your head and say, "Girl,
That doesn't make me
when you
feel.
learn,
I
you'll
don't care.
understand."
A marriage to me doesn't validate anybody. Marriage doesn't validate anyone to me at all.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't care if
How
you've
about
been
how
into
about
it. I don't care if
17?
you're
How
married.
about
There's a
17
lot of
years?
pick-me's out
How
here.
about
I could be
17
married
years?
tomorrow if I wanted to. If I want to be married, you know how many men out here want to marry me? If I wanted to be married, I could be married tomorrow. Getting married to one of you guys is the easiest thing in the world, to be
Oh,
completely
really?
honest.
You talking
Hey,
about
excuse,
simps,
can you
right?
ask me? Can
You
you
talking
answer a
about
question?
simps?
Hey,
Not
what's
to one
the
of us, it ain't. To one of them other niggas.
what is the pick me? What's a pick me?
A pick-me is Derrick Jaxn's wife.
What is that? I don't know.
It's a woman who's willing to just be with a guy, and a woman who is just willing to like settle for disrespect and just be quiet and have no kind of any opinions. She just sits
So
there and does whatever he wants, and he steps all over her and walks all over her and cheats on her and plays her, and she just sits around.
so
And
Let me ask you a question.
so
If let me ask you a question. If
I
a
disagree.
guy, hold on, let me answer. If a guy wasn't taking advantage and exploiting his wife, would that still make her a pick me?
if he wasn't taking advantage,
if he wasn't exploiting her and taking advantage of her, because what you explained was a guy exploiting an easygoing woman. So
yeah.
if the guy wasn't exploiting her or taking advantage of her, would that make her a pick me still?
I mean, she wouldn't be a pick me if she was with a guy who was respecting her, and she wasn't like being cheated on and taking him back and being disrespected and being played out in public. Like, yeah, if she's with a good guy, I mean, like, that's great.
Okay.
That's great.
well,
But
but
this
Dre
guy
came
over
on with
here
the
is
Matt
very
let
Daddy
me
voice.
aggressive in
I
his
see what
talk.
you did, Jack King
let me
Dre. You came on
let
here
me
with the Matt Daddy voice.
let me
Well, let me say this. Let me
Nah,
say this.
somebody,
Let me
I
say
don't want to
this.
wake nobody up, bro.
When I think
I got
about
the
a
I got the
pick-me
too
chick,
loud text.
when I think about a pick-me chick, I think about a chick who, if she's out on a date with a dude and the dude says she likes beer, she'll say I like beer. If he say I like football, she'll say I like football, just to get close to him. That's when I think about a pick-me chick. It's like I'm willing to do whatever I got to do so you will pick me. It doesn't mean that she's necessarily willing to take disrespect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between somebody acting like they like what you like so they can get close to you versus being fucked over by you. When I think about that, I think about low self-esteem chicks. Okay, to me,
Yeah.
it's just different. It's just different to me. Now, again,
Yeah, no,
it's all
pick-me's are
subjective.
definitely low self-esteem chicks. And that low self-esteem makes them take men back who disrespect them or cheat on them. It's their low self-esteem. So yeah, pick-me chicks are low self-esteem
I
women.
disagree that a woman who take a man back for cheating is low self-esteem. I
I
disagree.
disagree too as well.
I disagree wholeheartedly with that shit. I disagree. It depends. You got to look at who he cheated with and how it happened. You know what I'm saying? If she
Okay,
came
so
How many
home,
kids?
hold
How
on,
many
real quick.
kids?
but if it was
And
a man, but if
Matter
it's me cheating on my boyfriend and he takes me back, then he's not a simp.
Hold on. I have to say something though too.
That's another level.
Also,
That's another level.
it's
Oh
all
my
about the.
gosh, you guys always sing a different
this
tune.
That's what I'm saying. This the equal thing we talking about. We're not equal. That don't mean you're inferior, but we're not equal. It's not the same. If
That's the same.
it's
I'm
not
sorry,
the
you guys
same.
don't
We
get
don't do
privileges
the.
to cheat.
It's
It doesn't work
not.
like that.
I'm not saying that somebody should get privileges for being dishonest and stepping outside of their relationship. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: the intention behind it, the reasoning behind it.
Wow.
The
You guys,
act
but the thing
itself
is,
is.
but the thing
Listen,
is,
stop.
y'all
Let me
can
finish. The act itself is different. That does not mean that if a man makes a commitment to his woman or his wife, that he should violate that and he should get a pass to violate that. I believe a man should tell his girlfriend, "Hey, I'm going to step out," and if she don't, it should be. But I don't believe in the whole sneaking thing. So I don't want to have
wait,
that
but when
conversation. So
I
it's not
did
about.
that, you all criticized me for
I
doing
don't
that.
know what you're talking about.
I
even know what
I
you're talking about.
I was talking about how I told my boyfriend, the one guy that I quote unquote cheated on, the one, because all the other guys pleased me and I didn't need to I didn't need to go find sex anywhere else. I told him that I was going to step out because I told him for 5 months, I begged him for 5 months to sexually please me. These guys on the panel said I cheated and I was wrong. Nobody cared about the reasoning. Nobody cared about my needs. Nobody gave a shit on this panel. But
But
all of a sudden, you guys care about men's needs, and
you
that's
know
the
what was
problem with
wrong
me.
about that? But you know what was wrong about that? You still, I'm pretty sure that man was taking care of you, investing in you. The part that was wrong, you're not wrong for wanting to be sexually get your rocks off sexually. You're a
Thank
human
you.
being. You're not wrong for that at all. The thing is, you have a man basically stringing him along to where he's investing his time, his energy,
I didn't
his
string him
emotions.
along though. I
Well,
told him straight up.
well,
I
you
told him the
told him
whole
straight up,
time.
whatever. If he accepted that, that's on him. He
As I'm
need to
saying, I
call me.
never
But
strung him along. I told him the truth that I was not sexually satisfied from week one.
but
I'm a very vocal
why
person.
not
Why
end
didn't
that?
you?
Why
I'm a
not
strong
end
one.
things with that? Yeah,
Why
end
not
things
in
with
the
that man
because
and not
because
benefit
just
and
like you
take
guys
from
say,
him.
oh well, why not end it? Why not end it? Because he was a good man, and you guys all and men always come at me and they're like, well, why don't you? Did you work on this? Did you try this? Well, he was a good man. You're losing out on a good man, and I felt I heard y'all in the back of my freaking head going, he's a good man. You don't want to lose out on a good man. So I stayed. Stupidly, I stayed because I listened to too many of y'all on YouTube. And that's the problem. You know, it's like I'm sitting there like he's a good man. Let me hold on to a good man because these men always tell me how
But-
tell us how we don't try hard enough and how we don't put in enough energy and how we don't do this and that. I made this man's credit score go up. I helped him get the job of his the like career of his dreams.
Sound like you was
I
the
did
leader.
I
Sound
did
like you
so
was the
much.
leader.
I did
So-
so.
Janae,
Oh my god! It's like
sound
no
like you
matter
were
what.
leading him.
It's like
Hold
no
on.
matter what. It's
Let
like
me
no
ask
matter
her a
what I
question.
lose with y'all. That's the
Janae,
problem. It's like no matter
Let
what,
me.
it's like a lose situation. I can talk about
Janae,
how I stood by a man and I really stood by a good man, and y'all still will bash me for it. Or if
Okay,
I
well, hold
leave
on.
him,
Okay,
y'all bash me
I'm
for
hold
not.
that
on. Look, real
too.
quick.
There's some
Okay,
unbalance. There's some unbalance
nobody's
going on.
bashing you because I actually agree with you. When you was talking about you weren't sexually satisfied, I agree that if a woman is not sexually satisfied in a relationship, it's a problem. It's problematic for the man. I have no problem with a woman saying, this motherfucker ain't pleasing me. But did you tell him how to fuck you right? Did you tell him to lick your pussy this way or
Yes.
that way?
Yes, I did
I'm gonna
everything. You
give
don't think I
y'all.
tried my hardest? I did everything.
So
I
if
did everything.
let me ask a question here. So if the things were dissatisfying for you in terms of sexually with this man, but you held on to him because he was a good man overall.
Go ahead, hey, when he finished, bro.
And I tried to give it time. I
Okay.
tried not to
So then,
expect him to be good as soon as we have a first talk. I tried to give him time. I tried to give him some months. I tried to give him a year. Like I don't want to have unrealistic expectations
Okay.
of someone who's
So if you
learning how to properly please me.
okay, so if you realistically, if you do all of that with a person and things are still not working, then
We
I would
broke up.
say at that point the
We
relationship
did.
needs
That's
to
what
be
happened.
broken up.
At what
But let me
point?
but on a
What month
but
would
on a
y'all have like? At what month would
but
y'all have liked me to break up with him?
I don't
Honestly,
Hold on. Time out.
what month
Time
would
out. Go
y'all
ahead,
have
go ahead,
been like,
Alfie.
I'm not getting this bullshit back? What month would y'all have
I
been
wanted I
satisfied?
just well, I wanted to finish a point here because I can't get into your head and your space as to when you should do. People do what they have to do based on what's going on in their environment. So I can't make that judgment. I just know that for me, if a person's not satisfying me and I talk to them about it, I'm not going to string it along. I'm going to end it and cut it and cut it sooner than letting it go on. But my question I wanted to ask is that in the case of Derrick Jaxn, a lot of times when men cheat on their wives for maybe the same reasons, maybe the woman's not satisfying him, there's something not working. I notice in general within female culture, females will be more forgiving of other females who do maybe what you did or what
That's
other
not
women
true.
may do than they
Nope.
are of men.
Nope.
When men,
Nope.
let me just finish what I'm saying because I'm not going to argue back and forth this. I got enough experience and years on my life to know that this is fucking facts. When men step out and do these sort of things, female culture in our society will come down on the male and say, I know right now the women are probably saying that Derrick Jaxn's a dirty dog right now. He's a dirty dog.
That's fact.
Right? But when women engage in the same sort of stuff where they string men along and do the things that you said that you did, but eventually you did
Hey,
in
they
the
fucking they
relationship
son,
with
homeboy and shit, Jada Pinkett.
within female culture. Yeah, there'll be outliners of females that will criticize you, but overall, females will stick together and say, "Well, sister, he might have not been this, he may not have been that." It's just like when black men in particular step out of our race and we get with white women or other race of women, and you'll hear sisters criticize even like the celebrities and say, "Oh, he would have such and such," but then you'll have black women that will celebrate
Serena Williams.
a Meghan Markle or some Serena Williams, like you said, who marries, in my opinion, a caveman, but that's just my opinion. And you'll have sisters that will rally around and celebrate, right? But now all of a sudden, sisters are talking about, oh, Meghan is going through all that racism in the British family, but y'all was celebrating that shit just a year ago or so, right?
Facts.
And so that's why I'm saying female culture will installate around women and make excuses for when you engage in the same thing that men engage in. But when we engage in it, we're a motherfucker. We're a dog.
Mr. Man in action.
Well, I can agree with you.
Hold on. Let AV get in there. You didn't talk the reason why, because you was listening to too many YouTube casts. It's only supposed to be me. That's the
there you go. Let me say this.
Buy the finesse book. Buy the finesse
Sorry,
book.
I don't feel bad because it should only be me. That's it.
There you go. To piggyback off of
that's right.
What's his name? The Information Man.
Yes, Information Man Show.
Okay, Information Man Show.
I am the best of the year. What are you talking? Listening to everybody else for? Me.
I just subscribed to your channel too, brother. I just found you on the Instagram.
Appreciate you.
Go ahead, AV.
To piggyback, let me just say this real quick. My bad, brother.
I don't even know where I'm going, so go ahead, B. Just go ahead.
Hold on real quick. Let me just get this off real quick. When a man cheat, he's a dirty dog. If he wanted some other pussy, he could have just been honest and told you that. It's that type of shit. When a woman cheat, it's always some emotional shit. It never has nothing to do with sex. Right. But she just admitted it has everything to do with sex. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me finish my point. Well, let me finish my point to back up with the homie Information Man Show was saying. They'll say he wasn't spending enough time with you. He didn't take you seriously. He didn't listen to you. It's always some goofy shit like that. And
it's
when anybody, when anybody cheat, it's just sex. It's just sex.
That's not true for men. You can't speak for women. You can't speak for how women.
It's just sex.
You was just speaking. You was just speaking for masculinity. What do you mean we can't speak for women?
You're not talking.
You're not talking about that.
But look, you know the difference. So this is the difference as far as like men and women cheating. It's a conquering thing, right? So I say it like this: when a man find out his girl cheating on him or whatever, what she asks the girl. What he asked the girl, did you suck his dick, right?
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. When y'all catch us cheating, is do you like her, right? We know when we cheat, and most of the time a woman's not conquering us. And us being territorial as human beings, when a woman cheats on a man, more than likely 10 times out of 10, she just got conquered. She got on her knees, sucked dick, and all type of shit. When we cheat, we send somebody over, we not getting conquered. This is why a lot of the times the thing that bothers a woman about a man's cheating is him being deceptive and being dishonest. But this is why you ask, do you like her? What does she have that I don't have, and that type of shit? Because females know that if we like her, then we conquer. She conquered us, right? She don't have, now she has the access that you had. You get what I'm saying? But if we just knocking shit down, that's what makes it different. A lot of the time when we fucking chicks, we not getting conquered. But let you find out that we like her, or that she has access to us in the same way that you thought that you did. That's what makes it different.
It's called emotional jealousy. It's called emotional jealousy. That's what it is. Because sexual jealousy is just the act you fuck someone else.
We'll go 5.
Women feel emotional jealousy where you like her, and let her find out you took her out to eat, or you did some girlfriend type of shit with her. It's on and popping in the world.
It's over after that.
But
Applebee's.
Exactly. But to Dre's point, if you just fucked her, that's why I say most women can let that go if it's just sex.
Right.
But if you do fly shit with her, she's like, "Oh, you treating that bitch like you treat me." You taking her out and doing this? Now it's a problem.
Or start another family.
Right, exactly. Having babies in it. That's the shit. It's the conquering thing. And like I say, when we cheating a lot of the times, we not getting conquered. Now just imagine if we was getting bent over and fucked. And you're gonna be like, oh, you know, you're supposed to be a man. You let somebody conquer you, or we getting raped for our wallets and shit like that. When y'all cheat, somebody's actually conquering you. And they have you, they have your mind, they have your soul, they have everything. You see what I'm saying?
Wait,
That's what
what?
bothers us. When y'all cheat on us, when women cheat, a man already knows his girl getting fucked raw and on her knees, full. I'm just saying, this is what's going through our mind, right? I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying this is what's
all
going
sort of thoughts go through our mind. He's right
What
about
the
that.
hell?
This is what's going through our mind.
Drake keeping it 100 though. That's how
this is what we're thinking about. This is how we thinking. This is how we thinking. It's like it's
because
like,
the man, we know that you're with a man, and that man is dominant
he's
on you
dominating
sexually.
Well,
Women are not
that's
dominant with
grown-up
us sexually
experience.
because you have
That's grown-up
penetration.
experience.
So we're thinking about
Okay.
you're being penetrated, you're being all sort of things, and that's going through our mind. You see?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you as a woman, if a man cheats on me, what will go through my mind is that he stuck his penis in another woman and is trying to come back and stick it in me. And to me, that's dirty and that's nasty. And I don't like that. And I
Kind
don't
of like
like
you
that.
had a penis stuck in you, and you came back to your man, and he ate you out like that.
Well,
boy.
no, I told
That
him
would be
I
true.
told him I was gonna go do that. So it's that's what I mean. It's funny how you guys are like, oh, well, let's dig into why the man did it, but why I did it doesn't matter to you because you keep degrading me for it.
See, no, it do matter.
So it's
No,
like I did
no.
it. I did it for the same
I'm not.
reason another man did it.
I'm
But
not
you're
degrading you.
nobody
I was
degrading
just.
the victim.
I'm not.
There goes the victim.
Hang on. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to degrade you,
not
sister.
victim,
But I
it's
was
true.
simply. But I was simply saying that instead of us playing these games, when you know that something's not working in the relationship, it to me, it's better to stop the relationship
hear that.
before you
understand.
engage with other people while you're still kind of involved with the other person.
I understand that. And didn't
That's
I
all
say
I'm
I tried
saying.
to
I'm
do
not trying
that? Didn't I tell you I tried to do that? I tried to break up with him, and he literally would not let me. And I know that sounds crazy, but I tried to,
He
and I
would
told
not.
him we need to
How
break up.
How's that possible?
let me ask you a logical
How is
question.
that possible?
How if you don't want to be with a man and you've told him that the relationship is over, and of course you got guys that will stalk you and if the guy is crazy like that, but at the end of the day, once you said that you no longer give consent to being with him, that's over.
Well, I mean,
technically for you, it's over, even though he can't get over it, right? But at the end of the day, you know emotionally you don't want to be with this man,
well,
right?
no,
Or is that right or is that wrong?
Emotionally, I did want to be with that man, but sexually, I did not want to be with that man.
So basically, it was. Let me ask you this honest question, sister. So basically, it was really at the end of the day, it was all about the sex.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When sex is good, it's 10% of the relationship. When sex is bad, it's 80% of the relationship. That's what happens.
Okay.
That's what it was for you, though, right?
Is it for her?
Because let me explain something to you. With experience and with experience and wisdom, this is why when we pick mates that we're going to marry or be with long term, beauty is great to have someone who's sexy, but you also have to have someone who's upstairs mentally, right?
Exactly.
Just like when a man meets a woman, you want to give that woman a mental orgasm first, because if you get the mental orgasm, the body is yours. It's going to all drop in place. But when I pick a mate, I want beauty, of course, yes, but I also want her mind, because when we get older, our bodies are going to change. We're not going to look the same as we did when we were much younger. So therefore, you want somebody that you have something upstairs with as well, so that when sex doesn't work, because anything can happen to a man. What if your boyfriend what if he had an accident? Anything can happen to someone where they're not functioning in some other area.
I tried to get him to use toys. He wouldn't use toys.
Okay.
I literally have a drawer full of toys that I got, and they've never been used.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a personal
because
question. Was he not able to eat the pussy properly?
He was, but I desire penetration. So if he's not able to do that,
so
eating pussy is not enough. I could go be with a woman if he won't eat pussy and sleep. I need to be with a woman.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Hey, did he
So
financially
he
support you?
needed some practice.
Y'all keep saying he need to practice. I gave him a year of practice.
Hey,
He
no,
didn't.
let me ask
He
you.
asked a good question.
Did he financially support you
No, he didn't.
at all?
I mean, like
That's
he
interesting.
gave me money. He took care of me. He did things like he
Not
did,
support, but what is
but
it?
he didn't.
Was it a loss when y'all broke up? Was it a?
So that is financial
Yeah,
support.
so he
I mean,
supported
you
you
think he's
financially.
financially support? I pay my own bills. He's not, providing my household. He's not,
So when you
you
broke
miss the
up with
money?
him, you
Did you
didn't take
miss
the
the money?
loss.
Did you miss the
did
money?
I what?
Did you miss the money when you broke up with him?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm very
Well,
self-sufficient.
all right,
No,
let
no.
me
Well, I
let me
was
make this
not with
point.
him for money. That's for sure.
Let me make this point. Janae, if you just said, you know what, the nigga gave me some bad dick and I got me some good dick, so what? I'm gonna own that shit. If you just said that, this conversation would have been done with. But what you're
But I
doing
did.
is
But I
you're
did say that's what
but
he
hold on,
did.
no, sister. What you're doing is you're dressing it up and you're saying, I did this and I did this. And what you're trying to do is minimize. You're trying to minimize what you did in the equation. Now, I'm not saying you did
Yeah,
anything
because
wrong.
it wasn't like, because it wasn't like
I know,
that. It
hold on.
wasn't
I
like,
know,
it
okay,
wasn't
cool.
like that. I was
Okay,
very transparent. I feel like I
I'm not
communicate.
look,
I feel
I'm
like
not
the
saying
cheating is when you're lying and you're being sneaky. And if I would have went and slept with somebody and then came back
She
and slept
talks
with
over
him,
men and lie.
yeah,
if I would have slept with him and then came back and like slept with him, that would have been
whatever.
that would
This
been
is
cheating.
what we're gonna do. KZ, we gonna wrap it up and we're gonna have a part 2 next
All
week.
right.
So I'm gonna start
Okay,
with
my
KZ
brother.
and let's say our last words. If y'all appreciate the time that everybody put in and had a good time. If y'all came in late, make sure y'all catch the playback and make sure y'all drop these comments below.
Well,
Give them 10 fire signs in the comment, and everybody on the panel, they said they'll come back, and we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll come back and do that.
Continue it and shit.
And let me just say this. My whole point is this: men and women alike, y'all need to stop getting in these fucked up relationships. Okay, stop. Okay, before you even get into a relationship and you set someone expectations where they actually think that you give a fuck about them. Okay, if you're not sexually compatible and non-sexually compatible, leave that motherfucker alone. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say.
All
That's
right, where
facts,
can
and
they reach you at,
I
bro?
agree.
Where
I
can
agree
they,
with
where
you.
can
I
they reach
think that's important. And I
Where
had
can
to
they
learn
reach
that,
you,
and I've
bro?
never had that experience, and I'm glad I had that experience because
Good
I had to
name.
learn. I had to learn a few things. I had to learn to do that myself, and I
Good
also
name.
had to learn that. I also had to learn
This is
that
ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
No structure. No structure in her life.
Okay, K Zaggin, go ahead, brother.
I said what I had to say, but y'all can check me out, KZaggin20 on the YouTube joint, the
Okay.
website, manhoodisaskillset.com. Holla at your boy on the gram at KZaggin20. You know, that's it.
Oh, good, Channing. You had a good old time listening, huh? You was just
I
smiling.
sure did.
She
See,
was
I
taking
know.
straight notes.
That's the first for me. I'm doing good. People don't know me, like nobody really knows me on this panel, but I'm a talker. But I appreciate everybody's input.
She got all her teeth and they pretty. Go ahead, girl, smile. Let me see that shit. There you go. All right.
Thank
Cool,
you. Thank you. So
She definitely looks coachable.
I appreciate everyone.
Wow, that's not a
That's
compliment.
Go ahead, King.
honey. I don't respond to things. I didn't take it as a compliment. So if I did, believe me, he would know.
Right,
I'm just saying.
peace out.
Hey, y'all. Appreciate you for having me on here. Shout out to everybody on here. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at King Dreism, KingDreism.
Shout out to Fresh Fit. You missed a good one, brothers.
Yes,
Go ahead,
sir.
Tisha.
Well, Alfie and the panel, thank you guys for having me on tonight. Ladies, thank you also. You can follow me at Redbone Tish on Instagram.
Information, man.
I want to thank everybody that's here. It was a great discussion tonight. I think we need to have more of these type of discussions to move forward. I want to say peace to everybody in the chat and on the panel. I'm the Information Man of the Information Man Show. You can catch me on YouTube. I also have a podcast called Information Man Speaks Podcast, second channel, and I'm on all podcasting platforms. I'm on Instagram at Information Man Show, Twitter at Information Man. So that's where you can find me. my program, Information Man Show. I talk about all different types of subjects. I interview people, the whole 9 yard. Hey, Alfie, this is the first time I think, or maybe the second time or first time I actually was on your panel, brother. I know you've been wanting me to come up. I really appreciate you letting me come up, and I'm definitely like to come back.
Them, bro, that's why.
Definitely like to come back next
I
week.
did in a long time.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I definitely like to come back next week.
I don't do the night shit no more, but
okay, I hear you.
We bringing it back. This
okay.
is the first of many now. Y'all like it?
Okay. I'll definitely like to come back next week as well and join your panel.
And shout out to everybody who also came on. Sir Ism that was on. Shout out to Lawrence D. Adams.
RPC.
Shout out to RPC. Shout out to
LDA.
What we was on here like 17.
Red Sing the Blues was on.
Red Sing the Blues.
Yeah, it was lit.
Let's let Mr. 1950 let them know where they can find them.
Hey, yo, I'm Mr. 1950, the last traditional man on the planet. I definitely believe in silverback lifestyle, man. Men leading, women following. That's the way God intended. Follow me on IG at Raw and Uncut Podcast. I am on everything else, Mr.1950.com. And Twitter, I'm Mr.1950.com. If you want the smoke, come bring it to me.
Good. As for me, thank you for everybody for joining me. Get the books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on Amazon.com.
Okay.
Make sure you subscribe to everybody's channel. Make sure you guys drop me some comments when the video is over. And you guys asked for the panels for me to reignite it, so we doing it again. So make sure y'all tune in. What we just did Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday 8, that's the time. On Sundays at 8, we gonna kick back like this, like the old days, Google Hangouts and all that, the old stuff. And just kick it. Ladies is invited, men is invited. And as y'all see, you gotta be here. This shit will back up. Don't be. It's like y'all be seeing this full, y'all still be trying. You gotta get here because it's gonna fill up. And then you know what I'm saying. And if not, you gotta hit me on the phone. I'll rotate you in, but I can't see these empty door knocks and stuff, bro. And it just clears up my screen. So just hit me on the phone. Be like, let me get up in there. And then we'll do it like that. My brother AV, man, you hung out.
Yeah, it's past my bedtime. The old nigga, I'm tired as hell. I've been up early and shit. It caught me yawning. But yo, I go by the name of AV, aka Alpha Villains. You can follow me on Instagram at Alpha Villains. I got a YouTube channel. Same name, Alpha Villains. Thank you for the panel, man. I really had a good time. Afi for bringing it back, man. This panel shit is hard. It's difficult to manage, and Afi does a good job. Shout out to Janae. She checked out.
It's been a long time for me, bro. Like, it's different just when it's the 2 and 3, 4. That's different, bro.
Yeah.
It's like 16, 17 people on this joint today, man.
Yeah, man. But we looking forward to it, man. We could do this shit because it was a positive discussion, even though it got a little heated. It was necessary for the audience to see. So make sure y'all leave a comment. Let us know if y'all want us to bring it back and chime in, so that way y'all can give us some topics that y'all want to bring up next week, if anything.
Right. Yeah. Put the comments in for in the comment section on the topic for next week. And as for me, make sure y'all turn into my regular show at 7:45 a.m.
Weekdays.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Weekday mornings.
7:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
That motherfuckers be up early. God damn.
Yeah.
Get some rest, brother. Get some rest.
Facts. I gotta be up in 4 hours.
Get you on the next time.
All right, brothers. All right,
everybody.
Peace, everybody.
Peace, everybody. Peace.
Too. I see Mister. There we go.
Yeah, peace, Janae.